Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, July 25th, 2024, and we are coming to you live. Some of us are coming to you live. I thought for sure I was doing the show alone today. Galvin is the first one here, and he's not in today. He's not feeling well.
Low-grade fever?
Low-grade.
I don't know, but I thought it was Spanish who sent that text first, and I went, he can't be having another low-grade fever.
Well, listen, you knew it wasn't me because low-grade was not mentioned, so
True.
that would have been your first.
Immediately saw the text saying I didn't feel good, and I go, oh, boy.
Listen,
boy.
We should have known something was going to happen to Galvin when you poured stuff on the board, and his was the only mic that didn't work. That was a sign.
What? Why'd you bring that to me? Oh, because I poured his mic.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Not that you did it, but I'm just saying.
I did like a fortune teller.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who will get sick? Pour on the board.
Got some, chicken bones over there.
So then you guys saunter in together. Did you guys all have a sleepover?
No, we got stuck at the door because normally it's unlocked because Galvin comes in.
Oh.
So the three of us.
That took. Don't make it like that. It took you 20 minutes to open the door.
It took us a little bit because Joe couldn't see, so he had to turn his light on. Then he had to find the code in his phone.
I will tell you, it was 5:58 and nobody was here, so I turned on the back camera. And I looked down, and Joe's face is right there at the camera. It looked like in the wilderness when you catch an armadillo or something, and it's so close to the camera. It was like,
Or maybe you heard me saying, "Joe, open the goddamn door."
No, I did not.
What are you doing?
I saw these two, and then I didn't see you, and I was like, "Is Gio not here?"
Yeah.
Now, did you pay for this coffee?
I did.
Yeah. Why?
Ooh. So there was a little mix-up at the Starbucks as their network is down.
Oh.
Well, yeah, something's going on, man.
Another one.
So
Listen, when it affects Starbucks, now we're talking about. Now it's getting serious.
I pull up. It says cash only.
Oh, wait, Gio, I got to tell you something too. Vanguard, it handles our retirement fund for our 401ks here, and I went to log into it this morning, and that's down too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
I walked up. It said cash only, and I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? I don't carry cash at all. And then I looked in my center console, and between some change and a couple bucks, I was able to scrounge up enough.
You're telling me you had enough cash and you just paid for my coffee? You didn't even get a coffee for yourself?
That is true.
You're like a Secret Service agent.
I'll tell you, listen,
I become the priority.
I had to make a sacrifice for the show.
That's right.
I was able to acquire $6.
Gio, please, I'm making available to all 11 refrigerators.
Wow.
And 3 coffee machines. Feel free to help yourself.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I saw some stuff in fridge 7 that I might look
nice.
Good.
Okay.
Look
Feel
into
free.
today.
Normally, I don't let you guys go above 5, but today's a different day. Oh,
But yeah,
man.
so you have the coffee. The fact that I found $6 in my car is amazing because I
have no money in my car.
I never have cash ever.
Sometimes I have money in the visor. Like when I get change for some reason or I have cash, I just roll it up and stick it in the visor. And then sometimes when I go to valet, I go, oh, I got money in the visor. Something like that.
Yeah.
But you're right. I have my center console. I have nothing.
I had 5 singles that I found, and I had like 25, a quarter, and all pennies.
Yeah. Look, that's what they get. Now, imagine how their day's going to go today.
Oh, yeah. Well, most people just drive off. There was like 3 cars ahead of me that pulled up, looked at the sign, and drove off.
Oh, they put the sign up?
Yeah, it just said cash only on the thing, and then the barista started telling me cash only.
Oh, man.
I was like, so you're closed? She's like, yeah, basically.
You should have went to Joe over here. He would have just gave it to you.
I mean, I didn't have time. It's, you got to
Do you
pivot.
want me to order you some?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I feel terrible.
I sacrificed for the show.
Oh, you're such a hero.
Yeah. I'm trying to cut back anyways,
I can tell when Gio is on the way because the Starbucks app lets me know that he has picked up a Starbucks. Today, I did not get the Starbucks app.
Yep.
I've got no Galvin.
Off the grid.
And then these two come in at 5:59, and I'm like, something's going on today.
Game over, man.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be me and Carmen.
Hey,
Oh, reliable.
that would be a terrible show. No kidding.
I don't think so, Carmen. I think you do a great job.
Thank you.
No problem.
No, that'd be a long show. It's already been a long morning. I've been up for 2 hours. Okay,
Oh.
I'm ready
Me
for
too.
a nap.
Why have you been up so early?
Well, I get up at 4 and do walk on my little walking pad.
Wow, you do that, huh?
Yeah, I do I get 1.5 miles done if I get up right on time, but I aim for at least a minimum of a mile, which takes 20 minutes. Whew. So, yeah. And then I had a hair mask in, so I had to wash my hair.
What's a hair mask?
I just use, it's like rosemary and castor oil on my scalp.
Stuff you find in the garden.
Nope. And then coconut oil through the rest of my hair.
You just like rub all that on your hair?
Yep.
Where do you get rosemary from? The spice cabinet?
No, so I actually have this hair oil that was made specifically for that, and it's made out of rosemary and stuff. But I have made my own before.
Mine's made out of parsley and sage.
Yeah. No,
I use
rosemary's very good for hair growth.
I use hot sauce, egg whites.
Oh yeah,
and
that's why you have no hair.
Italian breadcrumbs.
I use herbs de Provence and a little bit of Moroccan nut oil.
Again, why you all have no hair and why I have long flowing locks.
Oh man, but you really doomed yourself yesterday.
Why?
You put up a picture of you when you were in high school from your the story we were talking about yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Don't think some guy wasn't like, she was much hotter then.
Yeah,
like, oh really? Who wasn't 20 years ago?
And also, guy, much hotter than I was 17. You pervert.
Oh,
Yeah,
creep.
Yeah, let's point that out. Everyone who's like, oh, she's so much hotter. Yeah, I was 17.
Whoa.
So,
but you're not anymore.
Like,
yeah, no. I'm
fully 17 or close to 18?
fully 17.
Oh man.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically.
I don't know
Technically
how long.
what? I was 17, Spanish. Don't be a pervert, too.
First of all, I am a pervert, and second of all, great photo.
Thank you.
What year was that?
Which one? The news article or the other one?
Just the when you were in high
The year
school.
that you played.
I graduated 09, so it would have been,
09. Oh.
yeah, 2009.
Oh, 9. I graduated 8-9.
Yeah,
I was trying to think what age I was when Carmen was getting out of high school.
Yeah, 08, 09. I graduated 09, but that was 08, 09, sometime around then. So,
It goes quick, Carmen.
yeah, listen.
Once you hit that, it goes slow up until 40, and then that 40 to 50 slingshot goes pretty fast.
See, I don't know. I've been having that like look back where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm 33.
Yeah, like you saying that when you're 53.
Right. But I'm like, and then I have to remind myself, like, I still have a lot to do in life. There's still a lot in
And you
my
have plenty
future.
of time.
Right. That's the thing. My biggest thing is I haven't traveled yet.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's a regret. It's just that I really haven't had time. I've been more career focused.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm glad.
And that didn't work, so you might as well travel.
First off, yes, I think I'm doing very well.
Time to refocus.
I mean, not very well, but I'm doing pretty good. And,
You know who got old?
Who?
My wife.
No, she did not.
She doesn't look old.
Wait, is Nahala?
That's okay. And Nahal knows.
Oh.
She doesn't look old. She just got old. Like my wife's going to be 47 this year.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, how is that possible?
I didn't know she was 10 years older than me. For some reason, to me, she's...
Like the same age?
Yeah.
They're the same height.
Yeah.
See, I can't believe that Galvin's wife, Jenny, is 50.
Oh,
That is insane.
Yeah, Jenny has a
we-
little kid face.
Yeah.
Right. And she's tiny and everything. And I'm like, because we went to her birthday and then we went to dinner before Bert's show the other day. And I was just looking at her. I was like, I pray I look as good as you.
Yeah, well, stop putting rosemary in your face.
That's how you stay young.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
What were we the weirdest pairing to me is Galvin and Jenny and you and Chad go out to dinner.
Listen, we have a fun time.
No, all fun people, and I get along with all. I love Chad. I love Jenny. I get along great with all of them. Just the four of you alone together just seems like a weird pairing.
To me, what was way weirder was that one night we were in Vegas and Joe and Zoe went out with Galvin and Jenny and had like a ball all night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We had a great time. Yeah.
I have no problem in Vegas shutting it down.
Yeah.
Like in Vegas, I'll go, it'll be like at 10 o'clock, and I'll go, I'm exhausted. And everybody's like, you're in Vegas. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I power through.
Yo, dude, you're an
Are we
animal.
making moves or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to Vegas in September, and I doubt I will do no partying.
Yeah.
I'm going there to see the UFC fight.
That'll be cool.
I'll do some gambling, and then I'm coming home.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. I've been dying to say this. I don't know how I've waited this long. Did I see your wife yesterday?
So, were you at Publix?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, so let me tell you my point of view.
Can I tell you my end?
Okay,
I was
yeah.
going to save this for later, but yeah.
It's been bothering me all. At the minute you walked in, I was going to be like, hey, did I see your wife yesterday?
Not only did you see anybody else, besides my wife.
Were the kids there? Yeah.
My whole family was at Publix.
Right.
And they said, we saw Mike Calta at Publix. I go, oh, really? Did he see you? They're like, yeah. And like, did you say hi? Like, yeah. I go, did he recognize you? No.
So here's what happened. I'm coming towards your wife.
Yeah.
And she's talking to one of the kids. I don't notice the kids, but I notice your wife. Like, I just looked right at her, and I'm like, I know this woman from somewhere. She was far away. Then as we got closer, I'm like, is that? And then I realized it was your wife, and we were there, and I go, hey, how's it going? And she didn't say anything or change her facial expression until I said hi to her. Like, she didn't recognize me. So I'm thinking, maybe it's not. So I didn't go, hey, Jamie. I went, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, okay. And then I turn the corner, and I'm like, was it her? Maybe it wasn't her. Then I look over, and I look at the kids, and I'm like, those are the kids, I think. I don't know. And I thought maybe it wasn't her.
My daughter said, she goes, I think he thought we were just like some dumb fans or something.
No!
Oh, man. All right.
I didn't think they were fans. I just thought they were dumb. I'm kidding. I recognized your wife right away, and then I wasn't sure if it was her because a couple of things. One, she's in the wrong neck of the woods.
Yeah.
And she and I locked eyes, and her facial expression didn't change at all. So I thought maybe I got the wrong person.
Yeah, they're like, yo, he totally didn't notice us.
I said hi to them.
They said hi to you. And
No.
you were like, hey, and kept on walking.
No, so Jamie and I locked eyes as we got very close. I was looking at her and I was like, is it? Then we locked eyes and she looked at me and I went, hey, how's it going? And she was like, hey. And I went, okay. And then I turned the corner and I'm like, I don't know now. Now I don't know. I don't want to. And then on the way back, they were at the checkout aisle. I was going to go in and go, hey, it is you guys, right?
Yeah.
That was weird, man. It was driving me nuts. Came home and I carried all the groceries in. And Amanda goes, "Oh, thanks." I go, "I think I saw Gio's wife."
Yeah, the kids said you totally big timed him. I was like, man, he really big timed us, huh? My daughter's a ball buster though, so she was like, "Yeah, I guess we were just dumb fans or something."
No,
big timed us.
I didn't. Like your wife. Did she recognize me right away?
Yes,
she did.
Yes.
Oh.
And so did my son. My daughters really haven't been around the show very much at all.
And your son I haven't seen outside of pictures in a long time.
Yeah, a couple times maybe.
It took me a second to realize that the kids, because when I turned the corner, they were checking out, and I saw them again. I saw how big your son is. And I was like, man, I haven't seen that kid in a while.
Last time was probably Mike Evans' event, which was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
At least.
Jesus.
That was so funny. Yeah, that was complete and utter confusion.
Yeah.
Because I'm a talker. I will stop and be like, hey, what are you doing?
Well,
hey, how's it going?
I'll try and tell them today that you did not big time them.
Do me a favor. Give me their individual cell phone numbers. I'm going to call them and apologize for that.
Yeah.
I think that, and I would like to attribute this to old age, but I think that going to Publix is one of my favorite things to do.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, they said you were by yourself, just shopping along.
Up and down the aisle.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I should probably tell you this. I came straight from the gym.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Also, why I didn't want to hug the kids.
Of course.
It was not a rest day for you yesterday.
Now, Mike, have you been to an Aldi yet?
Wait, let me just tell you this. I went straight from the gym to Publix, and then I smelled so bad, and I came home, and I didn't want to take a shower right away. It was also dinner time, so I'm like, I'll take a shower after dinner. And my wife walked by me, and she stopped, and she just smelled my shoulder, of all places, and she goes, you need to take a shower. I go, I know. I did. And then I didn't. I fell asleep. I had to take one this morning. I had to get up this morning at 5 o'clock and take it.
You're gym guy now. Gym rat.
Carmen.
Yes.
To answer your question, yes.
Well, you've shopped at Aldi's. You've ordered from them.
No.
Have you
went
been
in Aldi's the other day. My wife, I was on. So we have these somewhat healthy burritos that we like.
Yeah.
And they only at Aldi.
Okay.
So she said, we are out of burrito. We get category 5.
Oh, no.
Right.
Problem.
Go get them.
And I said, I don't want to go in. Can't you order it? And they bring it out to me. I don't even know what that store looks like. And she's like, listen, dummy, go to the frozen food aisle and they're chicken. They're right there. I said, all right. Aldi looks like the place that they bring the groceries that didn't sell from Publix.
Yeah.
Fine. I bought a giant bag of pumpkin seeds
Yep.
and chicken burritos. And it was
$7.
and I forgot the bag situation. They don't give you a bag,
Right.
so I just,
No, but you can pay. They have them underneath.
Yeah.
You can buy like it's 10 cents, but you can buy like a paper bag.
I just carried it out. I just picked up the boxes and walked out with them.
You can do that too. I love the fact that they have different items every time you go until you find something that you love and then they're gone.
Yeah.
This last time we had gelato filled cookie bites. And they're just little tiny things, and they're ice cream, and there's a cookie dough piece in the center, and they're covered in chocolate, and they're just like 2 bite sizes, so they're a perfect little snack at night. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They are so good. But that's one of those things, like it will be there for a month, and then they're gone.
Oh, see, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of, but then they have better.
You know why? Because they sent it there from Publix when they were running out of them, and Publix discontinued them, and they took all the ones that they weren't selling anymore, and they moved it to Aldi.
Right, they ordered them. They ordered too much, but that's what I love. I don't know. I love Aldi. I don't think I ever need to step foot in Publix again.
Oh, you're
that's
crazy.
nuts.
What?
That's crazy. Nobody's making you a sub in Aldi.
Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because I love Aldi so much. I love Publix just as much, but Aldi, the only thing they're missing at Aldi, the rotisserie chicken. That's what I'll go to. That's what Publix is good for.
They don't have the deli, really. The Publix deli is what's,
Yes.
I didn't get a good gist of the whole store.
Oh, you need to do a whole walk around.
Well, but I feel like I could see the whole store from the doorway.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Once you walk up and down the aisle, you'll see that they have different things. You'll be like, I've never seen that in my life.
They had a center aisle that was not food. It was just dumb stuff.
Yeah, they have like
Seat
fans
cushions.
and chairs and
Now I have a bigger question. Did you or did you not use a quarter for the cart?
I did not.
You didn't quarter
I
it?
only needed one thing.
I mean, it's part of the experience.
I only needed one thing, and I just carried it in my big mitts.
You know, they sell little cheater keychains
I
online,
did.
and it's like a piece of plastic, and you stick it in the thing.
Does it work with video games? I'll go right to the arcade.
Oh, I wish.
And it tricks the cart, and you can get it for
to
free.
thinking you have one.
Yeah.
I always just give mine to a little old lady that I see. I'm like, here, this is a good cart. Have it. And then she'll try to give me the quarter, and I'm like, no, you keep it.
What a hero.
That's my good deed for the day.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I went up and down the aisles just to my mother-in-law. When my wife was pregnant with Joey, she had really bad pregnancy. She couldn't eat anything. She went like 4 months just throwing up every day, getting IVs. It was awful. And my mother-in-law would go to Publix and come home with things that maybe she could eat. And then one day I looked at her and I go, "What store do you go to?" And she goes, "Publix." And I go, "I've never seen any of this food before in my life." She had these like tea biscuits and all that. I go, "Where are you finding this stuff? I've never seen any of it."
What do they call it? The international aisle?
Oh,
or whatever?
Yeah.
Dude, when they started carrying Doritos in there, it was a total game changer for me.
We go to the Doritos every once in a while.
Nah, I'm American, man. I don't go down that aisle.
I guess it's voting for Trump.
Yeah.
Don't look down your nose at me, burger guy.
Yeah, it's like you go down that aisle, the terrorists win.
All right.
Because I like a variety of spices.
I'm not going down that aisle.
Yeah. I went up and down, had a good time. I also get like in I get in a little funk, like as I'm concentrating. I got my list of what Amanda needed. I know what I like to see and what I need, and then there'll usually be some good Hall and Oates playing on the radio or something. So the fact that I saw your wife was really right in the middle of all of that.
She did say you did look like you were having a great time.
I was jolly and happy yesterday.
It's like he looked. It wasn't like he was in a bad mood. He looked happy. I just don't think he recognized any of us.
I know that my facial expression changed when I talked to her. I go, "Hey, how's it going?" And she's like, "Hey, dude." The whole time I was like, "That wasn't her." She didn't even. She just was like, "Why are you talking to me, weirdo?"
Snubbed.
It's so funny though because I'm mostly recognized in Publix.
Yeah,
like people will just say hi to me in Publix. A lot of times it's just like, "Hey, I love the show." I'm like, "Hey, great, thank you." But sometimes people will stop me and talk to me, and after a while they're like, "All right, let me go now," because I just get chatty. I'll just start carrying away with my talking.
Especially the people that work at Publix. It's always someone that works in the deli or works, behind a counter, and they always come out like, "Hey, just had to come say hi on the show."
Well, then throw some extra beef on there. What
You got a half a pound of boar's head? What do you got?
We need a good Publix hookup.
Yeah. Well, I know somebody who manages a Publix.
What?
Yeah. So if you guys know, or if you guys need anything, let me know.
Is it Brother Mark? Is it?
No, that's totally different.
Is it JD Vance?
No.
I keep seeing the meme of his picture. Say it looks
Employee
like
of the month?
the assistant deli manager at Publix.
He does have a weird beard.
He's old and young at the same time. How is that possible?
I don't know, man. It is kind of weird to look at.
Cherub face.
Yeah.
My question for you, Expand, is a little homework. Mark Kelly is the guy that they are saying is the leader for the vice presidential job, the former astronaut. I believe he's been on the show before. You don't have to find it right now.
Well, let me do a quick search, Michael.
I believe he's been on the show before because he wrote a book, and I think we had him on. That would be two.
That's pretty cool.
That means we've had a president, a vice president, and two presidents and a vice president on the show.
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty
awesome.
good.
That's so awesome.
For some reason, that used to be my ultimate thing when I was a kid. If you donate to the Republican Party or the Democratic Party, and you got the president will sometimes send you a White House Christmas card, and I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. All my life as a kid, not realizing that you're just getting an auto penned.
Yeah,
thing. I thought the president was sending you a Dear Michael. I hope you enjoy the holidays, Barack.
Yeah.
It does not look like it, Mike.
I think we did. I'm telling you.
I googled the name and it's nothing's coming up.
What do you mean you Googled it?
Well, I searched the name at the top.
Yeah.
Like I go to where all our interviews are saved, and I put
it this way.
His name.
I'm sure either he or his brother had been on the show.
Yeah. Sounds familiar. I'm locked out of my thing, so I can't search. I'm going to have to call Cernak.
What's his brother's name? Because when I put in Kelly, Robert Kelly comes up like 100 clips of
We've
Robert
had more
Kelly.
than one Kelly on the show.
We've had many
That's what I'm
Kellys.
saying. I need to know the first name.
All right, I'll look into it. I'll figure it out. Put in astronaut.
Scott Kelly
Yeah.
is his brother.
Is that who we had on?
I gotta hold on. Let me see.
All right.
What does Scott Kelly do?
All right.
That's cooler than being an astronaut.
His brother's an astronaut.
Also an astronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah. That must be nice if you're a parent. What do your kids do? They're both astronauts.
Yeah.
He was a fighter pilot, like Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't really talk about much because everything's classified.
Oh,
So
he
it's
wrote
not
a book about it.
I mean, you wrote a book about like the stuff that we all know about, but like as a parents, you want to know like, are aliens real?
Here's this guy. This guy had been to space and claims that what was it, that he grew in space or he got shorter or something like that. I don't remember what the deal was. Like his physiology changed.
Yeah.
And then we get him on the phone and I'm like, hey, you think there's aliens?
Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody who you talked to that day was like, you ever see some aliens?
Yeah.
To me, he looks like the principal from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So we did have Scott Kelly on. It says astronaut Scott Kelly. So I don't know. Are they both astronauts?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
That's
then
what I was just saying while you were searching how proud the mother must be
Oh,
to
yes.
have two astronaut sons.
Yeah. So we had the brother on, Scott.
All right.
One of them was on the space station, right? That's why he was he shrunk or whatever. He spent the most time or a bunch of time out there in space.
You know, I don't know which one's which.
Are they twins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, so they are identical twins.
Mark and Scott Kelly, twin bald-headed astronauts.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Oh, that's weird.
Right?
You would think.
They're aliens.
Yep.
Yeah, they both went bald, like completely bald.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they probably did that for the aerodynamics.
Yeah. They lost their hair in space.
That was good.
He looks like he's turning into something already.
Yeah.
Imagine you're an astronaut, your brother's an astronaut. It's like we both like really accomplished things, and then now your brother's gonna possibly be the vice president of the United States.
I know, right? You're like, God damn it! Every time I do something,
You got to one
you
up
show
me.
me
Yeah.
up. Yeah. I don't feel like. Do you feel like there's competition between you and your siblings?
Oh yeah.
Nah.
You do.
Well, my brother always because he doesn't really have an exciting job. He works for a construction company, like in their corporate office, and he always says that my mom will introduce us as this is my son George. This is my other son, George's brother.
Stop! No, she doesn't.
Because she's always like telling everybody, "Oh, he's on the radio," and he's like, "I've got this cool, exciting job."
I don't think there's competition between my brother and I, but my brother, well, even he told you he quit his job because it was so boring.
Yeah.
But he was super successful at it. So we both have had great success. So it's not like one is better than the other one. He will say my job's way more fun. You know what I mean? But he made great money, and he pretty much retired at 50 years old. So
yeah.
Who, by the way, is on a cruise now, him and his wife, and just left the kids here.
Yeah.
I mean, I say kids, two of them are adults. 3 of them are adults. You have one who lives in California, one who was in the Navy and is home now, and then one who goes to FSU, and then Billy, who's 14. They just left Billy alone.
Like alone.
Well, Tommy's here. Tommy, the one who was in the Navy, he's here, and Charlie happens to be here as well from FSU. So there are people here, but they just left them.
Yeah. I could probably do that.
You could?
14?
I think so. Like, how long are they gone?
But I don't mean like he can't stay alone necessarily with the brothers. What I'm saying is because they all have stuff to do. It's not like they're all like checking in on Billy every day. Billy's job is to take care of the dogs and make sure he survives, like feed himself. My daughter said, "Can Billy sleep over?" I said, "Sure." And then I went and picked him up and brought him over. And then I'm like, "Who's home?" He's like, "Nobody. I haven't seen Tommy in like 2 days." I go, "Well, what do you do?" I go, "Why don't you just stay a couple of days?" And he was like, "All right." So he stayed here for 2 days. And yesterday he's like, "I got to go home." I'm like, "All right."
Who were taking care of the dogs?
Then the other sons.
Okay.
Yeah. But they're just not there as often as Billy. Billy's 14. He can't drive. He can't do anything. The other kids are driving. So Billy's just trapped in the house.
That's hilarious.
I mean, my daughters are that age, and I think I could probably leave them. I'd be okay with that.
I would not.
For how long? Like a couple days? Like a weekend?
2 weeks.
Like Saturday, like Friday to Sunday?
Yeah,
what about the guilt factor that you just looked at the kids and like, I'm going on a vacation. See you jerks later.
Yeah.
Take care of the dogs.
You have to take your kids on every vacation you go on?
Yes, I feel incredibly guilty when I don't.
You have a problem.
I would feel guilty.
Yeah. My problem is I love my children.
Mm-hmm.
No, you need your own time.
That's why I haven't gone to Star Wars Land by myself because
I know I've been asking you to go for years.
Yeah, the kids want to go.
I'm going next weekend.
I know. You're gonna have a blast, dude.
So we tried to make a cantina reservation. It's too early. Gotta wait till it gets closer.
Sorry. So you do have to make reservations for some of the stuff.
So we had to register to get into Disney. You have to give them your ticket numbers.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I think they started that at COVID, and then they haven't never stopped.
And then they have a new thing now. I had to pay to go on the space rides, the Star Wars rides.
I know. Right? Isn't it a little wild?
Everything's an upcharge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either you wait 5 hours in line or you pay $20 per ride and you get to go skip the line. I'm like, all right, let's do that.
You're not doing the tour where the guy walks you around?
One of us is cheap and doesn't want to do it.
Oh.
I thought about it. I thought about just setting it up without her.
How do you go, once you have that, how do you go back?
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal.
Here's the deal. We only have one day there. That's when the guy comes in because he could take you to different parks really quick. They drive you from the back gate.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, it's the best. And they give you chips and stuff when you get there.
That's so cool.
They pick you up at the airport. I mean, at the hotel. They take you to the back lot area. And when they get there, there's like people that greet you and they're like, "Would you like a water? Would you like some chips?" And you're like, "All right,
so
thank
cool.
you." And then they're like, "What do you want to see first?" And we're like, "We'll go on."
It's a small world.
Well, we went to the Toy Story Land because it had just opened. And each line was like an hour and a half long, and we saw the whole thing in 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to see everything, whereas if you pay just regular, you're not.
Right. So I wonder if I do that. If I just when we went to Universal in California a couple of months ago, we went to Universal Studios California, and I took my niece with me. She lives out there, and I secretly paid for the out of my other account. I paid for the guide.
Nice.
Yeah. And that was even better because they just take you. Oh, it was good. It was good.
You got it.
Yeah.
That was like, this is a prop house. And they drove by the prop house, and my niece is like, "Oh, I love this." They drive you by and they show you where they took us inside the prop house and let us try stuff on and all that. I was like,
so cool.
yeah. And she's like, "I've done this tour 3 times. I never went inside before." I was like, yeah.
Do you want them to walk you right on, or do you want to be waiting in line 98 degrees with some sweaty guy playing with his lightsaber?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But do you have an extra $5,000 lying around to do that?
It's not $5,000.
I don't know how much it is. I'm just getting.
It's by the hour?
Number.
It's by the hour, and it fluctuates based on how busy they are. So, like, during the season. So, like, during Christmas, good luck. Christmas is expensive as hell. But during the middle, like right now, I don't know, maybe because it's summer, it might be a little expensive. I don't know. But I bet you in the winter months, it's cheap.
Yeah.
So,
what are we talking? Ballpark?
To be honest with you, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think it was probably like $3,000.
That's not bad.
But that's for 10 people.
Yeah.
So when I went with my family and my brother's family, we just split it.
And you get to cut the line and do all that stuff, so it does.
And they give you chips, Carmen.
And they give you chips. But
what are chips?
Well, the best is when you're like, they're like, "Do you want to go see the fireworks show?" And you're like, "Sure." So they have spots that are designated for VIPs at the fireworks show by the castle, and they put you like the best spot to see the fireworks. Yeah. And we went there, and people were standing there. This guy cleared them out so that we could.
Awesome.
Yeah,
yeah. It's well worth it
for $3,000. Do you want to go light off some fireworks?
Dude, that would be sweet.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm with the fireworks like I am with sunsets. Like every time we get a hotel room at Disney, my wife gets one that faces the fireworks.
Yeah.
And then they're all out there by the balcony, and I'm in there. And she's like, the fireworks. Like, I've seen fireworks my whole life. I don't care.
Yeah.
Although the drone show, I hear, is the way to go.
Yeah.
The drone show at
cool.
at Disney Springs is awesome.
What somebody was saying, I think it was Corey, that the drone show at Universal.
Yeah, that's new.
Better. All right.
Yeah.
I got to get on this.
Yeah, because we got to check out that Mario World when it opens.
Dude, that was one of the coolest things I've ever been to.
So
the new one, it opens here next year.
All right, let's get this show moving this morning. Galvin out today, but we still have an open letter rewind. We'll do that before we come back, and then we'll play Sporle next on 102.5 The Bone. I don't want to go to Zach Bryan at all, but my daughter wants to, and I don't love her enough to take her to that show.
Okay.
I feel like she only knows 2 songs, and then I just heard that there was a Bud Light VIP suite, and I went, all right. That I might do.
We're in.
That I might stop by.
Take a little nap.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where kids are learning about music these days because they're not listening to it on the radio.
TikTok.
Yep. Yeah.
TikTok, huh?
Yeah, they make it like the old songs will become popular for a dance, and then they all listen to it, and then they go find it on Spotify, and then they find the band, and then they start, exploring, and then they find other music that way.
Well, I remember Dinah would listen to the weirdest music, and I go, where are you getting all this? And she's like, Pandora. And I go, how are you? And she would listen to something she liked on Pandora, and then it would play other bands like that.
Yeah, the radio feature.
And then
it's awesome.
That's how she learned about all these weird new bands that came out, like Arcade Fire and Vampire Weekend and all those kind of things. Then she tried to push them off on me. The only one I ever liked that she ever taught me was Band of Horses.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 things Dinah gave me that I never thought that I would want were Band of Horses and Twilight. She forced me to watch Twilight, and I loved it.
Twilight was bad.
I am an unapologetic Twilight fan. All of them.
Yeah.
Twilight was great.
It was. I enjoyed the later movies too, where everybody fights.
That's the ones that were great. The one at the beginning was just a little love story, but the one later when the vampires ripping each other's heads off and setting them on fire and stuff.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Anybody that made fun of me, I'm like, you guys don't know what you're missing.
I went to all the Twilight movies in the theater.
Same.
Yeah, not the first one, but the ones after that.
Right. The first one I watched on a was when we were still carrying portable DVD players around. I watched on a flight, and she was like, just trust me and watch. I'm like, ugh. So I watched on a flight to New York, and then as the plane was landing, I go, I gotta see the rest of this. I have to know what's going on.
By the last one, I was like genuinely excited. I'm like, I can't wait to see how this plays out.
Who forced you to go to the Twilight movies?
Nobody. I was my own.
You went by yourself?
Yeah, by myself.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a kid thing.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I tried. I even thought about getting the books afterwards. I was like, I might even read the rest of these.
It was good stuff.
Yeah,
I still watch from time to time.
Yeah, if it's on.
Yeah, my vampires.
What's that?
Not my vampires.
No. I'm sorry, Bela Lugosi can't be in every movie. Who is your vampire?
I like Near Dark, or What We Do in the Shadows. Those are vampires to me.
But it's weird because you're not watching the vampire movie. You're just watching weirder things. You know what I mean? Like when that kid ran and jumped into it and turned into a werewolf, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that guy, Taylor Lautner?
Oh, dude,
he was like the
I hope
guy.
he's eating cupcakes somewhere,
and then just kind of disappeared. I don't know.
He did a couple of Happy Madison movies, and then just kind of disappeared.
This is exactly what I would have done. I would have gotten abs, money, and then peeked it out and went, all right, I'm going to get fat. See you guys later, and just take off. Yeah. Carmen.
They must have made a ton of money towards the latter part there.
Of the Twilight movies?
Yeah, they probably got him cheap early on, and then they got him a ton of money for the sequels.
Sure. And then he became more and more involved as the things went on. And they had to fight together. They were fighting each other.
It was so
they
good,
fought
dude.
together.
It was so good.
Then the Volturi.
Yeah.
I found a picture that came up in my timeline of me in Rome walking into this room inside a church, and I go, I feel like the Volturi are waiting for me inside of here. Yeah.
Don't go into confessionals.
I was always Team Jacob.
Oh, of course, dude.
No, I was
Oh, how dare you?
Edward,
Edward all
their
day.
love
No,
was,
he was so-
he couldn't deny it.
Plus, he
Yeah.
was so handsome, and one day he'd be Batman.
Yeah.
No, he killed her, sucked the life out of her.
Yeah, and then put a
Saved
dead
her.
baby inside her.
Saved her.
Nah,
Yeah,
he
crazy.
took her life away, and now she's forever
Not
damned.
my vampire.
She wanted it.
Team Jacob.
Nah. Everybody, this was so weird because I remember growing up with my uncle showing me horror movies. So I grew up with like Nosferatu, those kinds of drag, Willem Dafoe,
Right.
those types. And then I remember arguing with kids while after they saw Twilight, and I'd be like, those people are damned to hell forever. And they'd be like, no, they're not damned. They're beautiful diamond skinned.
No,
Listen,
come on.
They had diamond skin, and they love baseball.
Yeah, that's the best. Only when it thunders.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You can't crack that bat when
Yeah.
it's not thundering.
You know?
And they have to live in the Pacific Northwest so that they can hide. Dude, I'm telling you, that kid that wrote that book is a smart little kid.
It's weird that Jacob was all about the mom that ends up banging the daughter instead.
know.
Which is weird.
Wait, who?
He gets with the daughter at the end.
Yeah.
He does?
He imprints on her. He
Yeah.
doesn't get with her, but he imprints on her.
I mean,
so
that's-
he's like it's basically like her guardian.
Yeah.
But he imprints on her.
Yeah,
right?
he printed all over.
All
You
over.
oh my god,
right.
you
That's how I got
make
Amanda.
everything dirty.
I
Yeah.
imprinted all over Amanda.
That's what happened. Then the flash forward. They show
They're
them like
together.
making out and stuff.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember?
No, I don't remember this either.
I don't
Oh,
remember
I think
that.
you guys-
You guys are perverts.
At the end, she sees her life flash before her, and she is with Jacob, and she's an adult.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Okay.
We gotta
I'm
have
okay with it.
We gotta have a Twilight
I'm in.
day.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Twilight
Yeah,
movie
is your
marathon.
theater done?
Yeah, theater is
Mike?
done.
Okay, let's go.
Theater is done, ready to go.
Step aside, Top Gun Maverick. We're having a Twilight marathon.
All right, Karma, what do we have to give away today?
Okay, so we have tickets for Third Eye Blind, Hailstorm, and that's it.
Oh, all right. That's pretty lame.
Well, all our other tickets are taken.
Oh, all right.
We played a lot of games.
All right, well, let's do it. Let's do it right now. A little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Now, I believe I'm going for 3 in a row today.
Yeah.
Oh, I know I am. It's the truth.
Yes, you are, Mike.
Yeah, I am. And no Galvin today.
No Galvin.
Ooh.
You guys got your work cut out for you.
Oh,
Do you have your rule ready?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have Galvin sing a song. Oh. All right. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, this one's gonna go fast.
Oh,
Just
no.
to prepare you. 5-letter words missing in 2000 songs. Okay, so songs from the 2000s. You're giving me the 5-letter word that's missing.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
First one, Jenny from the
Block.
Geo. Hold on, I gotta turn this down. I can't hear you guys. Your next one, Me to Life.
Bring.
Spanish. Shop. 50
Thrift.
cent.
Thrift. Oh.
Candy. Spanish.
Oh.
yeah. Take you to the candy shop.
Just.
Dance.
Breathe.
Geo. The hand that.
Feeds.
Geo.
What is going on
Oh
here?
my God.
Young.
Guns. Nope. Great movie.
5-letter words. Peter, John, and Bjorn. Young.
Blood.
5-letter words.
That's 5.
Okay, you're right. Sorry. the O was making it seem longer. Young folks.
Oh.
Folks is what I was looking for.
What was Bjorn and all that other stuff?
That's the artist.
Yeah.
Peter, Bjorn, and John.
Bjorn, not Bjorn. And who? That's
just-
a band?
That's who sang that song. Young folks.
Okay, I was confused. I never heard of them before. I thought that was ABBA that you were talking about.
That's what it has on the paper.
I believe you.
Your next one, Beautiful,
People.
Sean Kingston.
Girls.
Michael. It's Be Me.
Got
Gunna.
it.
Sync. What'd you say, Gio?
Gunna.
Gio. Hot in.
Here.
Gio.
Wait,
I mean, I said her. That's the correct.
you said it right. Spelled it wrong.
Gio gets the point.
Thank you.
Yeah, you get the way.
There you go. Don't stop
Believe
the
Feeling.
Music.
music. Mike Calta and Pap We are halfway there.
Michael and Spanish are tied up. They both have 2 points. Gio is your leader. He's winning with 5.
What?
Yeah.
What is going on
I
here?
don't know.
Activated.
All right, you guys are giving me the 5-letter missing word from these songs from the 2000s. Your next one, say.
Anything.
The Fray.
Not a 5-letter word.
Blank, say blank. Never. Never, say never.
Okay.
I'm love.
Outa.
Spanish.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. This isn't the song.
Believe it for so long.
Your next one, in the USA.
Party.
Geo. Can't do that one. It. Metro station. Blank it.
Spank.
Grind.
Dirty.
Blanket. Start with an F.
Shake it.
Oh.
Spank It was a better
That
song.
was way better.
Like a audio slave.
Stone.
Damn it.
Spanish. Love. Taylor Swift.
Bomb.
Hurts.
Kelsey.
Love story.
Damn it.
Punch.
It's a love story.
Yeah.
Nope.
Damn it. Yeah.
Nope.
That's not the song.
Nope. You're still wrong.
Oh.
From her country album. Next one. Think. Oh, nope. I gave you the wrong word.
Thank.
Dumb. All right. Next. No point.
Go for it.
Don't me.
Hey.
Oh.
303.
Bang.
Loves.
Don't trust me.
Mm.
What a girl.
Once.
Mike Calta. It.
I thought these were 4-letter words.
5.
5.
5-letter words.
5.
It is. So what was the problem?
Nope. The problem was I thought it was 4-letter words.
Next one. It. Me. Shaggy.
Wasn't.
Spanish. And Pap. We're on the last 3.
Michael is on the board with 3 points. Spanish with 5. Gio is your leader, but by 1. He's winning with 6.
Ooh.
All right. You guys are giving me the 5-letter missing word from these songs from the 2000s. Your next one. Last 3. Here we go. Next one. Is the love.
Where?
Mike Calta. My life suck without you.
Wood.
Geo.
Seals the deal. Wow.
And your last one. When you were
Gone.
the Killers.
Oh.
Here.
It's a 4-letter word. When you were
Here's.
blank.
Mine.
Young. When you were young. No point.
When was
That
that,
was
Joe?
when we were young.
Yeah, a long time ago. Your final score, Michael with 4 points, Spanish with 6, and Gio is your triumphant champion today. He won with 7.
Streak Slayer. Eat
Say it.
Eat a W, everybody.
I don't like it. I don't like it at
Hell
all.
yeah.
I thought for sure I was winning this one.
Hell yeah.
All right. Galvin out today. Gio has news. Do we have a preview of news?
Yes.
What do we have coming up in news?
By done.
Oh.
Swifties 2024. And a Tampa Hall of Famer.
Oh, I got it all. Before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at Superheat and Air. Somebody put online yesterday. I read these comments. I see this thing. This guy says, Mike always talks about Superheat and Air, but yet always has them at their house doing repairs and doing that. I do on my house preventative maintenance on the units that I have here so that my air works properly. I also put in their Warrior Defense system so that it knocks down all the germs and dust particles and all those things before it goes into your house. I really have an elaborate air conditioning system from Superheat and Air, and I have them come out here to do proper maintenance all the time. Also, they just installed a new unit for me. The one that they didn't put in this house was here when I moved in, was finally taking a crap, so I had to have Superheat and Air replace that one with a brand new one. That is all the work that I'm having done. These guys, I don't care if they wanted to come by every day and they wanted to just do some adjustments. As long as it's as cold as it is in this house all the time, that's all I care about. I even talk about if the power goes out, all I need to survive is air conditioning. I don't need lights. I don't need a refrigerator, nothing. As long as I could have the AC, it's all I care about. Superheatandair.com. There's a lot of air conditioning companies out there. You're going to want to go to one that you trust and one that I trust. I've been using them for years. I send them over to my parents' house when they need them, my brother's house, whoever I needs an AC guy. I always tell them superheatandair.com, and obviously I'm telling my listening audience. And if you do need a new unit and you've been putting it off for money reasons, you can get a new unit from them with no interest and no payments for 18 months. It's superheatandair.com. Hit them up today and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. We'll take a quick break. Gio has your news next on 102.5 The Bone. Galvin out sick today. The rare Galvin call out. He did say yesterday he wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
He said he had a little bit of, he's like, I'm a little congested. Not spitting it out, but I have it inside me.
You gotta spit it out, man.
Yeah, you gotta
I think he said his throat was like razor blades.
Yeah.
Low grade razor blades.
I wanted to make a low grade joke in the text chat, but I didn't.
I am the only one. I think my text chat is turned off. My alerts are turned off, so I can't hear it when it comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I'll text you, it says notifications silenced or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You may have and also that happens if you put your phone on do not disturb. Like if you do that for when you go to sleep,
Yeah.
it'll stay that way.
I don't do that though. I'm disturbed through the whole night.
I doubt it.
Tom texts me early in the morning. People send me videos that they think are funny in the middle of the night.
You got to get that setting dialed in. It's the best.
I know. Do not disturb.
Yeah, there's maybe.
But I need it because, if my Ring doorbells go off, I need to know what's going on.
You can set exactly what you want. There's only I think 10 people that can text me after 9 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes a random hose will text me in the middle of the night.
Well, get them different area codes.
I keep my hose on a burner phone, so.
But I'm not doing anything with the hose. They just like to reach out and be like, "Hey, boo, just checking in on you."
Yeah.
Get up in the morning and saw that my old boo was feeling a little bit lonely last night.
Aw, I got a couple hookers I could send your way.
Wait.
Spanish, that story was great yesterday.
There's more to that.
Oh, really?
So.
Well, let me recap.
Yeah.
Spanish met a girl online in a dating service.
On Facebook dating, yeah.
Facebook dating. Smoking hot.
Mm-hmm.
Gave directions to her house. He got there. She FaceTimed them and then told him in order to get through the door, it was $150.
Yeah.
Had I had the cash, I would have been like, I got you. But she wanted him to PayPal her $150, and he was like, nope, and he left. Okay, what is the update?
So yesterday when Spanish was talking about it, I followed the profile when he was showing us the pictures and stuff. That person or whoever the hell it is sent me a message, and they were like, hey. And I go, hi. And it's, how are you doing? I go, great, how are you?
It's a bot.
And they started doing the exact same act that they were giving Spanish.
But question, how did you FaceTime her?
What do you mean? She just FaceTimed me.
So she's a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably in Guatemala somewhere.
Probably. I mean, whoever she is, she's one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen on FaceTime. Right
away, I'm like, I got to try and trip them up and see if it matches the story.
Right.
So I go, hey, do you live here in Atlanta? You look so familiar. I feel like I've seen you out and about before.
Oh.
She goes, I don't live in Atlanta. I live in Lutz.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes. I go, where the hell is that? She goes, Florida.
So she's being legit. You probably could have paid $150 to get that.
I'm telling you, I'm going to hit her up on her birthday, and I'm going to say, hey, just thinking about you.
So, because I figured if it was a bot or scam, I'm like, do you live in Atlanta? Of course I live in Atlanta. Yes, that was me. So I'm trying to establish that this person's somewhere else.
Yeah. You know what I don't like is that she said $150 to get you through the door. I don't want to have to negotiate once I get in the door.
Yeah, but that's
just
usually
in the door.
Yeah, but that's how they make their money. Because once you get through the door, you're already revved up.
So once she didn't say she was in Atlanta, she didn't fall for that. I was like, well, how far is that from Tampa? She says, Lutz, 30 minutes. I go, very cool. She goes, yeah, just let me know. I go, let you know what? If you're trying to do something. I go, what's your schedule? She goes, I'm off tonight, tomorrow, but maybe my birthday, which she told in Spanish the same thing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah. So,
and then she mentioned her nails, which she said to me.
Right.
The vet.
Yeah. So here's where this is where I got him to stop, because they were like, She's just say it says, "I'm trying to get my nails and hair done today, and so far for tomorrow, no." She says, "I got this new job." I go, "Well, where do you work?" She goes, "I work for the front desk of a vet." I go, "That sounds like such a rewarding job."
Yeah.
And then I sent a picture of a dog. She says, "Oh, cute." I go, "That's my shepherd, Carmen." This is my German Shepherd, Carmen. I go, "Where's your office? I need a vet, actually. The last one I had here in Tampa was not great." And then nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should have set it up to where you guys both make a date with her at the same time.
Oh, yeah. So you guys meet in the hallway.
Yeah.
And I Google imaged a dog, and I put the dog in the text.
That's
You're a
funny.
real jerk.
Carmen. My dog, Carmen. I had a girl hit me up it was a girl that I casually know that I talked to. I don't want to say who she is because you'll know who she is. And we were talking, and she was like, said it was her birthday or whatever, and they were going to do birthday stuff, and I was like, cool, have fun. And then we started talking, and she said that she was looking for a sugar daddy, and I went, yeah, you have got the wrong guy, lady. Mm-hmm. First of all, I'm married. Second of all, the last thing I'm doing is give some other whore my money. You got to be kidding me. I can't imagine a girl that thinks she's hot enough that I'm just going to start giving her money.
I mean,
there's a lot of them out there.
But Carmen, this girl and I have never had any sexual talk whatsoever, and I don't think that she was. I think she was just floating it out there to see if I'd go, hey,
for sure.
and I'm like, no way.
I have found, especially on like the dating apps, because there are a lot of girls that are just looking for a sugar daddy. Whenever they do that, where they kind of like joke around or kind of like
they're waiting
float
for
it
you to
out
say.
there.
They'll be like, oh, yeah.
The best way to shut it down immediately is to make it transactional, because a lot of them don't want to be perceived as a whore.
Hooker, yeah.
So whenever they do that, I just go, yeah, all right, but what am I getting in return and how much for X, Y, or Z? And then they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah.
So you get money and I get nothing? I don't know.
The problem is because of OnlyFans. A lot of these girls are on OnlyFans, and men really do just send them money for no reason.
I don't understand that. Yeah. Like,
but that's
it's
where
different, Carmen. If I don't know. I'm trying to think of to what extent I would do that. Like, if I didn't know you and you were on the radio and you're on my favorite show and it's your birthday and they had like a thing for Carmen's birthday, I might send you $50. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But never would I send you $50 thinking, man, maybe one day. You know what I'm saying?
No, but men are just like they'll pay for the OnlyFans and they're already paying for it, and they'll be like, "Do you want to send me a gift?" They'll be like, "Yeah, here, buy yourself something nice on me."
Listen, I went on OnlyFans for like a month. I checked out. There was like some people that we knew, and then there was some people that I found from Tampa that I know that I'm like, oh my God, she has an OnlyFans. But then I was done. After a month, I'm done. I'm not giving anybody my money for something stupid like that. The curiosity got me in the beginning. But the thing that you think I'm going to send you money to be a sugar daddy, for this girl doesn't even live here.
Wasn't there some old man that was buying Carmen bathing suits?
Some Indian man.
Yeah.
Wait, I was the old man.
Are you talking? Yeah, are you talking about Mike who took me bikini shopping?
What? Is that what we're doing?
Listen, I like to point out, you know how upset that made Tony that I was taking Carmen bikini shopping because I said the only thing was I get to sit in the dressing room and watch her change. And she was like, all right, none of that happened. I would love to come back and be like, yeah, and I was watching Carmen and I helped her tie the strings and all that. None of that happened.
Nope, he just went and we picked out some bikinis, we had lunch, and it was fun.
It was back when we used to be like a good father-daughter combination.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I got old.
Then you got old. You went and got a boyfriend, and now I'm like, no fun.
Well, Michael, you can take me swimsuit shopping. Fine.
Joe, let me tie those strings for sure.
Apparently, I won't be taking my German Shepherd Carmen to the vet anytime soon.
You're a real jerk.
so
I don't know why you need to include me in this.
I'm like thinking of a name of what's the name of the dog?
So a couple other people did tell me that they got the same kind of scam.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same girl.
Maybe. I got quite a few DMs also from people that were like, yo,
Give me her number. Oh, yeah. I mean, she's really pretty. If I can get that for $150 and I was single, I would think about it.
A couple of the guys that went through with it said that it was like what we said, where it's $150 to get in, and then you wheel and deal from there.
Really?
Yeah.
With her or no?
Yeah,
like these
with the
people.
person.
I'm saying that these people, did they know?
Not her personally, no, but like same situation.
Oh, so it wasn't a scam. They were actually there once you get past the door.
Some of them, but that's the thing is like we were talking about yesterday. I wouldn't know until
you paid the money. Yeah.
We should go sit in the parking lot of that apartment building.
Dude, I'm down.
All 5 different locations. We'll have walkie-talkies.
Well, I know where she's at. Like, I know the building and the floor
You
and
think you
everything.
do?
Easy guy.
You think you do? She
Well,
could have
just
been
from what
like,
she
all
told
right,
me,
now
yeah.
go across the street.
I thought
Yeah.
for sure when I said I was in Atlanta, that was going to trip them up. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I'm in Atlanta too.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she's like, Lutz. I go, what the hell is that?
I'm in Lutz, Florida.
Yeah.
All right, it is 7:25. Time to check in with Gio. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
Galvin out sick today. Gio, what do we have in news today?
Of course, the big news last night, President Biden addressed the nation from the Oval Office. Lasted about 11 minutes. He formally announced leaving the presidential race and committing his remaining time to presidential duties. We have some of the speech right here.
It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president. But in the defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think is more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people. But this sacred task of perfecting our union is not about me. It's about you, your families, your futures. It's about we, the people, that I believe America is at an inflection point. One of those rare moments in history when the decisions we make now will determine our fate of our nation and the world for decades to come. America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate, between unity and division. We have to decide, do we still believe in honesty, decency, respect, freedom, justice, and democracy? In this moment, we can see those we disagree with not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Can we do that? Does character in public life still matter? You know, in recent weeks, it's become clear to me that I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation. You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now.
Yeah.
Man.
What did you watch it?
I did.
I watched it too. Did anybody have a takeaway that they saw that something in there that I'd never seen before?
His eyes?
No. So here's partly maybe what his eyes over his left shoulder behind his ear.
I saw that,
You
yeah.
can see the teleprompter in the window,
Yeah.
which I'd never seen before. It's not that was so striking. It was just that I had never noticed the teleprompter before.
It's always been there.
Yeah. No, I know that.
You're just
but
not used to seeing it.
You're not used to seeing it, and you want to believe that whoever is speaking is giving a heartfelt speech, but they're reading the teleprompter.
I thought they had him juiced up on something. Or for one, he had a ton of makeup on because he was
but he's on TV, so that's acceptable.
Super tan, and for some reason his eyes were like wide open.
Yeah,
which I've never, even in the debates, it wasn't like that.
Pop him open.
He had to appear like that. He had to appear alert. He had to appear because you don't want him to be like, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah,
you just had to have him.
But that's what we know. You know what I mean? We know that now. You know.
My wife said, I feel bad for him, and I said, why? And she goes, because they're making him out to be a stumbling, bumbling old man when his intentions were good. And I said, listen, he's got 50 years of being a politician, 8 of which he was a vice president and 4 of which he was a president. That's a pretty good run.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, but his family is set for life due to all the wealth he's accumulated for being in office for that
all
amount of time.
presidents are like that.
They'll be fine. I'm not worried about them.
I don't care how much money they make.
Yeah.
It blows my mind that people will say out loud, I feel bad for X, whoever these people are in office.
I'm not voting for him, and I don't believe that he's the future of this country. And but I do also kind of feel bad for him because he seems like the same way you felt bad for Jimmy Carter. And I've said this before, but I remember hearing my family say Jimmy Carter, they're like, he tried, he meant well. You know what I mean? Like Jimmy Carter wasn't a bad person. he was. I mean, look at him now. He's like regarded as one of the great humanitarians, but he did not. That did not come across in his presidency. He was not able to do what Ronald Reagan came in afterwards and did, and people were like, he meant well. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like Biden is inherently a bad person. I feel like he's just not an effective president.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good person.
You don't? Huh?
Yeah, no, I don't think he's a good person. I don't believe the majority of politicians, including Trump, are good people. I don't think good people should be in politics. I think good people in politics get walked over and the country gets taken advantage of.
Well,
so
that's kind of what I mean. I feel like he's one of those people who people walk over.
I don't think so. I think I think this whole Biden presidential thing was a great experiment by the Democrats. They took a really old man that they knew would have some say in decisions, but that they could control. He'd be a perfect little talking head, and they pushed him all out there knowing that he wasn't going to last the entire presidential 4 years. They could easily get him out and put whoever they wanted right before
Harris,
the DNC.
their backup plan?
I mean,
like if they knew they weren't going to make this guy in for 4 years, she'd be the one?
I don't think she was always the plan.
Yeah.
I think she's that's all we got at the time.
If you were going to pick somebody of all the Democratic candidates to be president that you could control the easiest, would she not be the perfect person for that?
But in my view, they are so, like, Gavin Newsom could have stepped up a year ago and said, this guy is falling apart. I should be the guy doing this, and gotten a lot of support. There are a couple of these people, like the guy from Illinois, the governor of Illinois came on last night, was talking about it, and he was like, look, we stand behind Joe and what he did and what he's doing for the country, but that guy knew he could have been making waves a long time ago. None of these guys wanted to break apart that party.
Yeah, because they all listen to the whoever's controlling them. They all fall in line. That's what's so terrifying to me.
You're not to go against the sitting the sitting president against your party. Like it with Tulsi Gabbard, she did that in the Democrats, and they shunned her right the hell out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you can't. It's like you got to either go with the party or they're out.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're stray from the party agenda,
look at all these candidates that tried to take on Trump. They all got destroyed. They just got destroyed. Look at DeSantis.
Yeah.
Colossal failure, and he had his huge lead, tons of money, spent it all. He crossed Trump. Boom, done. Now you become a loser and joke.
I don't know how little hands Marco made it back into the run towards the end there. I was like, that was weird.
He's got tiny little sneaky hands.
You can't tell us we have little hands and then expect him to maybe be a vice president.
As soon as Florida,
but if he's willing to listen,
and he does
willing to follow suit.
Yeah, but as far as the American people go, I don't want a little-handed vice president.
Yeah,
maybe that's the thing. The vice president, his hands are only. You can only be vice president. Your hands will never be big enough to be president.
Yeah.
Florida became so heavily red that they don't need Marco anymore. They don't need anybody from Florida to try and carry the stuff. But I think Spanish is right. It's so weird because she is one of the most unlikable people in the Democratic Party. Nobody seems to like her
Trying
at all.
to figure out why I don't like her.
Yeah.
What it is about her that I hate. I think I hate all the fake smiling, fake dancing, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, because I don't think anybody should really be judged for their past, people who are who they are now. I know, Carmen, I know. I'm saying I try not to. But
yeah, we all make changes.
Right. No, I'm talking about her.
That's what I'm saying. Is when you look at her history of how she has got into positions of power,
climbed the ladder.
It's it has been done through, we could say, unsavory means. She uses
unethical.
Her.
Yeah, but sometimes, I'm one of those guys that you do what you got to do to get there.
Kind of like $50 to get in the door.
But I mean, the photo that's been floating around is like she used to be like in a three-way with a guy, Montel Williams, but so basically she has always been like an industry thought and has turned that into.
Can you explain this to me? I see all the things about her and Montel. I just assumed that they were dating. So what is this now? They had a threesome?
Well, they were dating. Yeah, they were a throuple. She was dating him, and he was also dating another girl. There was a It was a throuple, or whatever you want to call it.
Or just dating two broads.
No,
at the same time, but they were they would go to events together as a threesome.
Yeah,
but in Washington, that's cool.
I'm not mad at her.
That's the thing. So again, I do whatever you want to do, but you cannot have. It's impossible to not be judged by your past, by the society, right? So if you're going to look at how she's come into positions of power throughout her career, you can't then say, Well, now how she conducts herself is totally different.
Well,
so
but
she
listen,
has these fake smiles.
But it is, though. I mean, you can, because you're a different. You grow up poor, and then you start getting into becoming, hanging out with rich people. And then you start acting like the rich people. You've changed. You've changed the way you are now. Now you act. You have a different assumption of the way things are supposed to be. You have a different perception of the life that you're supposed to lead and the people you're supposed to be around. You do change.
On the surface,
But also
you do change, but not who you are. And everybody always says this, from Will Smith to you to people that grew up poor that now have money. They all say the same thing. I keep making money because I never want to be poor again.
Right.
They can't get rid of that. That core is what I'm talking about. That core, I will never be poor again, is her same value of, I will never allow myself to go back to that place. So I will do whatever and whoever I can to keep my position or get ahead. Which is, I'm with you. Whatever you got to do
Right.
to get it
I sleep
done.
with Jason Meter once a week.
Whatever you have to do to get it done. But you can't now all of a sudden go on TV and have this fake smile and talk about all these great forward-thinking things when everybody knows
and your home life and how you're
you know
such a
what I'm
perfect family and your husband and this and that. And my thing is, I can't get over how she called Joe Biden a racist and then fell right in line.
Yeah,
okay,
they
he's
are.
a
They've all
racist.
done
Guess
that.
what?
That's not exactly what she said.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
I mean,
but
she actually said, "Now, Joe, I'm not calling you a racist, but." Yeah, and then
pointed out why he was a racist.
Yeah, but if people keep saying that she said that, she didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't say
And then
that.
and she knew as she was saying it that one day she'd be eating those words
Oh,
because
for
she
sure.
the way she said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you say that about someone and then you fall right in line and
Yeah,
then you're
well,
serving him.
It's part of those debates is where the things little Marco was a perfect example. It's a guy you just shamed to have little hands and told the other guy he had an ugly wife.
This is how Washington works. J.D. Vance said that he thought Trump would be America's Hitler.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
is that's in politics is that anything worse you can say about somebody
Than
than
say
calling
they're
them Hitler,
Hitler.
right?
Yeah.
And he said that the Trump was an idiot, and he said that all of his voters were idiots, and he was going to be a never Trumper, and now he's the vice presidential candidate.
That is something that definitely bothers me. I don't care about there's a good fight. There's a good local fight going on between Jeremy Thomas and Dave Erasmo.
really?
Two great musicians who disagree politically, and they're I don't know. They actually there was an idea that they would fight at a punch out. They were like put together anything with anyway. But those two guys disagree. I don't like the guy who says. You can say I don't like Trump and he's an idiot and I'm not voting for him. Don't start calling the people who vote for him or who support him racist, and don't start supporting they're dumb. Good. You could be supporting one candidate because you dislike the other party altogether. That doesn't make you dumb or the people dumb. I hate when people do that when they generalize everybody.
I don't understand that. It's like I don't care who you vote for. If you like Trump, you want to vote for Trump, I don't care. I don't think any less of you because you're a vote. I don't care.
And I'll take it one step further, and this is genuinely how I feel. You come to me and you go, listen to me. I'm voting for Biden, and I think he's way back. I will talk to you because I know that I'm not always right. And you may say something that I go, okay. I am right now, as of this moment, if the election was tomorrow and these were the two candidates, I will vote for Trump. I'm telling you this right now. But I am
What idiot.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
I am very concerned with the fact that, with the Roe versus Wade situation, I believe that the fact that was overturned is just a beginning to the people's rights that are being taken away. Women are being, being stripped of their right to govern their own body. And it's hard. So some woman jumped on me on Instagram the other day and said, I'm ashamed that you have a daughter and you would vote for Trump. And I said, hey, listen, I'm voting for the greater good of the country. I can't vote specifically on one issue. I feel strongly about it, but not strong enough to vote for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right,
I just don't have it.
That's not the only issue at
Right.
hand.
And
like
it's a big one.
Right. And like Spanish has pointed out time and time again, like, okay, so if you vote one way, you can't get an abortion. But if you vote another way, then you're not going to have enough money to get an abortion anyway.
Yeah.
So what really, you know what I mean? Like, you have to pick between the two evils.
That's why I think we're screwed either way.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like, the only thing that I tell people now, especially when people try to argue with me, whether it's online or in person, about the stuff that I bring up with politics, is my thing, especially when it comes to the abortion stuff. Whenever you can feel yourself getting emotional about one of these ideas, like the abortion thing, where you say, "Oh, they're going to take away my rights and women's right to choose." Whenever you start to feel yourself getting super emotional, just ask yourself, is this really coming from me, or am I just responding to the massive amounts of media that I've been consuming all day about how I should feel about these issues? Because if you stop and you take a second to kind of reassess, I think a lot of people would see that when they dive into these issues and really go into them, you can easily take the emotion out and you can go, yeah, I do want women to have the right to choose. But when you look at the pros and cons of what these politicians are setting up legislatively, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I think of those the women's right to choose. I do believe that there should be low cost medication for
sure.
For folks. I believe all those. You know,
Yeah.
but sometimes you have to. And don't get me wrong. I'm not like look. If you said to me tomorrow, vote for these guys and you'll have all your rights and women will have all their rights and everything else will be great. Okay, good. That makes it an easier vote. But it's not. It's like you said, there's so many other things that you really have to take it all into consideration.
The politicians, they want the emotion. The emotion
That's
is
what I'm saying, yeah.
The emotion is what ropes you in and locks you in and makes you so dedicated.
And
to
like, people think, I mean, take it a step further. It blows my mind that people will argue right versus left and red versus blue. But when you go in and when you start to read a lot of these bills, you'll see that the majority of what both sides do is something that we've talked about. But they go into detail in the laws where, like an issue like abortion, they'll set something up to where they'll allow the states to decide for the next 4 years. And then when the next guy gets in, he'll reverse it. And it's just this back and forth BS that we get roped into. Meanwhile, they're continuing to make all the money and we just get screwed.
I also feel like a lot of lay people's opinion of Trump is born from jealousy.
For sure.
It's I never liked him. When he was in New York, I didn't like him, and he was a real estate developer. Why?
Yeah.
What? Because he put his name on stuff? Because he was smart enough to make himself a celebrity, while he was doing his business.
Because he has a gold toilet?
I think a lot of that stuff comes out of jealousy.
Yeah, and I mean, truthfully, I know a lot of people don't want to admit this, but I'm a firm believer in, like, we get brainwashed monthly on what to believe about certain people from the media. And I hear it all the time where people will say stuff about Trump and they'll quote him, and I'm like, all right, no, show me that quote. And they can't. And you're just like, yeah, bro, like, I get it. But if you can't admit to me that the only reason you feel this way is because you've been told to feel this way, then this conversation's over.
Yeah.
And the scary thing about that also is Spanish is like those quotes and stuff. Like you say, let me see that quote. There's so many AI bots and stuff out there, and people just making up videos to push their agenda.
So scary.
That you don't know if that clip is real or not.
Yeah.
Did you see that was going around yesterday? How they said that JD Vance was having sexual relations with a couch, and that was like going viral.
Jan pants?
Yeah,
I did not
they were
see
saying that he admitted in one of his books that he was having relations with a rubber glove on a couch, and it was like going everywhere, and it was completely fake, completely false.
And no one will check it.
No,
one will
and
check
it was trending on Twitter as a real thing.
So has anyone seen the new docuseries on Netflix, Dirty Pop?
No.
About Lou Pearlman?
Oh yeah. I haven't seen it.
So literally in the beginning, there's a clip of him sitting at a desk talking, and it says, "This is a real video." And then 2 seconds later, it's the same video. It goes, "This is an AI generated video with verbs from his book." And they literally take the same video and take quotes from his book and continue to play it, and they redub it, and they do it in an AI so it looks like a real video.
Oh, that's crazy. So it's him narrating almost?
It's him narrating, and they just take quotes from his book. So it's things that he said, but the video is not real. They just took a video and they continued it with AI.
That's so scary.
I wasn't even convinced Biden was real last night. I thought this was got to be AI because he looked a little weird.
Well,
AI
I mean,
doesn't screw up.
It may not be AI, but I fell into this wicked rabbit hole yesterday of the CIA and how they've been making those rubber masks since the 80s. Dude, they have some video of ops putting stuff on and then going into the field.
I've seen that stuff, but I don't. I don't believe that that's the case with the president.
You don't?
Not yesterday, not last night. To make it, you want him to look like he's falling apart if he's making this speech. You want him to look like he's on his way
You
out.
got to think that's like an iconic, historic moment. You know, I mean, that's not.
It's the first time
history.
in so many years that a president has not.
It's a big deal.
Sought a second term. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. But
why you would want it to be a robot?
So my question to you, or to anybody that would say that they don't believe that our government would put a mask on somebody and have
No, I didn't say that. I said I didn't think last night was.
Yeah, because like my thing is like our government tested syphilis on its own people, so I don't put them having a guy wear a mask.
Look, we've been doing that for years.
That's what I'm
testing
saying.
on our own people. Yeah.
So I don't trust anything that these people say.
Nick knows a little bit about you. Nick, what do you know about Kamala and Montel?
Hey, I just want to preface it by saying I'm not a big fan of Kamala, obviously.
Okay.
But that picture of the thruple, I just wish you guys would. You have so many people that just listen to everything you say and just take
get to
it
the
all
point.
in.
What do
That
you got?
picture, that picture was him, Kamala, and his daughter. They dated for a little while. That guy, Montel, is a Marine hero. He was the first black guy to ever go through the academy and the prep academy. He's a great guy, and people are running him through the dirt.
I'm not.
They don't like Kamala. I just wish people would like research for 2 minutes.
Yeah, but sometimes when you're doing a radio show, it's impossible to start researching through it.
And there's more than one photo.
Yeah,
Right.
and here's the other thing. I also wasn't knocking Montel for having 2 girlfriends.
Yeah.
I don't care about any of them. I firmly believe that adults should be able to do whatever they want. And if you want to date with one guy or 2 people, go crazy.
Listen, I would say I see your Montel photo and raise you an Epstein Island photo.
Now we're talking.
Okay.
Trump said he never knew him, but there's a lot of photos.
You know what I'm saying?
If you do the research, Gio, you'll find out.
My bad.
It's 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean it's like
Everybody's got a photo. It doesn't matter what everybody's got a photo.
and
Well,
it's
and
2
even
heads
if-
of the same snake, man.
Yeah.
It's all the
Right.
same.
And even if the photo that he's talking about is with his daughter, there's other photos with other women. You know what I mean? So, and how do you know if they were, and even if there wasn't a photo of them with a second woman, how do you know they weren't in a throuple and they were just keeping it secret? Maybe you know what I mean? Like you don't know unless you were in that relationship yourself.
A throuple gets my vote.
I'd love to be in a throuple.
Oh.
I don't know.
You think
It sounds like a lot of work.
a lot of work.
Listen to me. My throuple desires used to be for sex back in the day. Now it's just for love.
Oh, that's nice.
I want to be in. I want to be. I'm telling you right now. I could pick my ultimate throuple: Amanda, JoJo, and
That's it.
Soph.
No, that's
Oh.
not.
No.
Now you're in a
I-
quadruple.
Yeah.
No. I
Now
have
you're
a
quad.
throuple of ladies. I don't want to be a
harem.
quad.
That
Quad
makes you-
sounds terrible.
But that makes you a quad.
All right,
If
I'll be
you-
a quad.
Okay.
What,
Because
and
if
what's
you're
the reasoning behind that?
Soph is just like having the most delightful human being around to help you do everything.
When she's able to find your socks, that's amazing to me.
I mean, she knows where everything is. But she's also like, I've never seen Soph in a bad mood. She's always she's like having a fairy godmother around. Is what it's like.
Yeah.
JoJo is sexy and smart. I mean, they're all sexy and smart, but JoJo
Very organized.
is very organized.
Yeah.
So my life would be so organized with JoJo. And then Amanda, she's grandfathered in.
Oh.
There's no reason why.
I mean, she's kind of hot and stuff.
I mean, you could
she's
push
fun
her
to
out
hang
and
with.
replace her with somebody else.
Amanda is my, listen, I'm going to say this. She's sleeping, so she's not even hearing this. I'm not even trying to kiss her ass. She is easily my best friend. So I can hang out with her and do all my stuff with her.
Right.
And then every once in a while, see her naked. That works out perfectly.
All right.
But then the other two, I don't even have to see them naked as much as I would. I just need to have them around makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just want to be surrounded by a harem of women.
Yeah.
all doing things for me.
Yeah.
That is that's my dream. I don't
Schedule,
even right. Listen, I
dinner.
could probably if I hit lotto tomorrow and I had $1 gazillion, I could probably hire JoJo to do that. Have JoJo and the baby live here in the house.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to have sex. And then she just does
like a personal
keeps my
assistant.
stuff organized, but also is delightful when I see her. Like I see her in the hall and she's like, hello.
Yeah.
You know. Whereas Amanda, I see Amanda and she goes, So excuse me like a bulldog growl. Huh?
And I feel like Soph just knows when you need a coffee refill, or she just knows when you need things.
How many times have I been drinking coffee here? I get down to my last sip, and then Soph walks in the door with a new coffee. I never said a word to her. Never said a word. She's an angel.
I know that you are hesitant to follow some of my conspiracy theory rabbit holes, but there's a really good one that I want to tell you about.
Okay.
And it has to do with Joe Biden's watch from last night on the live
ticking backward
thing. So no, but it just was showing the wrong time on his watch.
But wrong time to what? You think that was live?
I think it was live because he stumbled a couple times.
Yeah, but that's okay. In order to make it look authentic. But I don't mind that if it was recorded.
It doesn't
But
bother
then
me if
say
it
it's
was.
recorded. Why are you lying about something so little?
But you're not lying. You're saying
if you're saying it's live.
Nobody said it was live. They said the press was going to address the people. It didn't say it was going to be live. They're saying this is the time we're going to do it.
When you clicked on the thing, it said live.
No, but
On most news outlets, yeah.
Yeah, it had live in the corner.
Well, it's happening right now.
So, but the conspiracy theory goes into why they think that he's actually being held in a bunker right now under the White House. Yeah.
yeah.
What? Go
Against his
ahead.
will?
I'm not. I'm saying this is what they did with Dave.
Yeah.
When the president had a stroke and he was out, they put him in the bunker underneath, and then Dave went in there and became president.
It was odd that he did not give a reason why he was stepping down.
He did. He said
It's time
that
to give it to a new generation.
it's time to give it to a new generation.
But how did
he's too old.
that change from Saturday to Sunday?
Yeah.
Because he heard the voice of the people. I mean,
Oh,
look,
man.
listen to me. You have to take you can all dislike Biden. I'm not
I don't
voting.
dislike-
No. But I'm not voting for him. You don't have to like him. But what the guy did was a noble thing for his party because he realized he cannot win. It's most likely he's not going to win. Trump is going to just harp on how he's too old, and it's going to convince America that he's too old, and the risk that he is going to lose that election because he's giving the appearance that he's too old. He did a noble thing by bowing out. Now he had to be pressured to do it, but he did it. And I think he'll be appreciated for that in the future. I still don't think she's going to win. But, the people who are in the Democratic Party should be looking at Joe and saying, this guy took one for the team. He didn't quit. He was asked to leave, and he said, okay, I'll step aside so that the next generation can fill in and we have a chance.
Yeah.
The guy's old, and he doesn't need this anymore. I made a prediction yesterday, and I'm going to make another one today. Biden dead within 2 years.
Oh, less than
yeah.
Within 2 years, he's dead of
I'd say
natural
6
causes.
months.
If he's not dead already,
Yeah.
we don't even know.
That's right.
I think we're going to find out he dies of a heart attack in like the next couple of months.
Dies in
That
his
might be
sleep.
true, too.
Yeah.
The other thing, and I hate to jump around, Gio. I don't know if
No.
we talk about it, but yesterday on this show, I said I'm going to say this, and it's going to give me some heat, but I'm going to be honest. I'm voting for Trump. I like the guy. I think that he's, going to be the better of the choices. And I also believe that he was not hit with a bullet in the assassination attempt, but rather shrapnel from the teleprompter or something along those lines. And then yesterday in the interrogation of the FBI guy, he said the same thing. He said, with all due respect to Trump, we don't know that he was in fact hit by a bullet.
I've got it right here. It says the FBI's director has cast doubt on whether Donald Trump was struck by a bullet during the attempt on his life at the Pennsylvania rally. Christopher Wray was updating Congress about the assassination attempt on Trump in Butler on Wednesday when he made an explosive statement. He said, quote, with respect to former President Trump, there's some question about whether or not it's a bullet or shrapnel that actually hit his ear.
Yeah.
I don't know right now whether that bullet, in addition to causing the grazing, could have landed somewhere else.
Now,
So you mean the people behind it aren't going to go with his claims?
no, listen, I think that, and then I put the video clip of us on Instagram yesterday of us talking about it, and somebody went, yeah, but he was shot. Yeah, I'm not taking anything away. The guy was, there was an assassination attempt made on his life. That is traumatic, and him getting hit and bleeding with anything is still dangerous. I'm not trying to take anything away from that.
Well, he had the big giant bandage at the RNC.
Yeah. Brilliant move, by the way.
But he was golfing the morning before, or the morning after the assassination attempt, and he had no bandage.
Right.
You don't need your ear to golf.
And now, he was doing a rally yesterday, no bandage, no cut, no damage at all. But after the event, Eric Trump was saying that his ear was torn off, and during the RNC, he goes, I felt the bullet tear through my flesh.
Yeah, listen. If you watch him, after the shot, he puts his hand up to his ear because he's been hit with something. I'm just telling you right now, I don't think it's. I told you yesterday, I don't think it was a bullet. And I'm not trying to. Maybe he thinks he was hit with a bullet.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's lying there, but he may think he was hit with the bullet, and the doctor may have said something tore through your ear. We don't know what it is, and he said, "I'm going with bullet."
He's the fastest healer ever. He's got like Wolverine because now it's all. Listen, to me, it doesn't change anything. There were still bullets being fired at a president, whether it hit him or not. It's almost irrelevant to me.
Yeah. Exactly. Somebody fired shots at him.
But Trump is the only one that said he was shot by the bullet. There was nobody of authority. No doctor said that. Nobody. None of the police reports said that. It was only Trump who said he was shot.
Yeah.
Which is it's just wild. You know.
By the way, speaking of Deadpool and Wolverine, we're done, right? We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring a buddy. Is that okay?
Yes. Did I not tell you?
You did. I just wanted to make sure it was okay.
I was gonna say Chad might be able to. Come.
No. Show only.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're bringing a buddy.
Yeah, but my buddy is a good buddy.
Your buddy's not a show buddy.
Your buddy, your job is to sit in the middle and do the popcorn trick with everybody.
No.
Yeah.
Chad's coming.
Yeah.
All right. Can Chad do the popcorn trick?
Yeah. Yes.
Chad probably can. He comes out the other side of the popcorn. I think Paulie D is going to come with us.
Cool. Yeah.
So, all right, good. Excited.
Plenty of room.
I watched a lot of the trailer spoilers and all that stuff yesterday.
You like the spoilers?
I watched Deadpool last night.
You did? The first one?
Yeah.
First one's good. Second one's really funny.
Yep. I'm watching the second one tonight. I like to do that leading up to movies.
Okay.
Yeah, me too, but The Godfather's on. And
You have a problem.
Carmen.
You need help.
I got in bed last night and I was like, what can I watch for a little while that'll just kind of relax me and go to bed? And there's a 24/7 MASH channel, and I love MASH. So I watched MASH.
Mm-hmm.
I watched about half an episode of MASH and ended. I was like, that was good. And I'm like, let me just see where they're at on The Godfather. And I flipped over there, watched a good hour of it. I mean, I don't understand why I don't get bored of it at all.
I've been watching it. I watched that. They have the giant mega cut. It's like in chronological order.
one.
And you jump in. Then they've got all the deleted scenes are all added back in. And there's stuff you never even knew existed, and it's in there. It's pretty wild.
That's a good one to watch.
But the movie I've been watching to go to sleep to at night, That Thing You Do.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
All right.
And my wife's like, why you have to watch this again? She's like, all she hears is the damn song. I fall asleep in like 30 seconds. And then it's
And
just
then
like,
she's stuck
That Thing
listening
You
to the
Do,
song over and over
music
again.
is playing over and over and over.
Can I tell you, anytime I do an interview with the media or something like that, they always ask me, if you had one guest that you could have on, who would it be? And I always say it would be David Letterman, but I think it would be Tom Hanks, and not so that I could talk about Tom Hanks in his illustrious career in Hollywood. It would be just about That Thing You Do. I have so many questions about that movie that I think that I would like to talk to him about.
It's such a great movie on so many levels.
Plus, I don't think he wrote and directed that movie, and I don't think he understands how much we appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, the finding out about the gay Howie Long stuff in the last
it's crazy.
I watched that movie for decades, and then we found that out, which was
the director's
wild.
cut, which totally threw us off.
It's nuts. It's already 8. Do you want to keep going, or?
I mean, we still have more news.
Yeah, I've got plenty of stuff.
All right, well, let's take a break and we'll come back and get into it. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. I've never had a radio job where I had to talk up songs. I don't know how to do it. I'm not good at it, and I'm not even going to try. Just let it go.
It's not as hard as people think.
It's totally hard. It's totally hard. There were some people that were really good at it. I remember Cuck could talk up a 12-minute intro to a song if he had to.
Yeah,
It was good. He was good at it.
Once the automation systems would give you the countdowns and they actually see it on the screen, it was way easier. Because I remember when it first started, you would just have a song and they would write on the CD how long
6
it was.
seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, when I first started, it used to be on a cart.
Yeah.
And the cart would have 3 numbers. It would have a where the music change happened, where the vocals came in, and the entire length of the song on a cart.
Yeah.
Oh, it was weird.
Man, the fact that I still use CDs makes me feel super old.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't like that.
do you remember we used to do at 98 Rock? We used to do the Children's Home Pay for Play weekend.
Yeah.
Where Mike Olivero put it together, where you would call up and you'd say, "Hi, my name is Mike, and I will give you $100 if you play Pearl Jam's Even Flow." And then we'd play it, and they charge $100. Or you could say, "I will give you $200 if you play it next." You could bump it up. Or you could call up and go, "On 98 Rock, I will give you $100 and you will play ABBA's Dancing Queen," and they'd have to play it because it was a pay for play. But we didn't have computers So if it was out of our range, we had to run down to the record store and buy the records or rent the records from the thing. So they give like a Todd T. Riley a list of songs, and they'd have to go down to the record store, get all the records, bring them back, or whatever medium they were on, and play it there in the studio.
I used to go to the record store, CD store, and they would have the listening stations, and I would go to the store. I'd be there for like 2 hours just listening to CDs and stuff, because you couldn't just go online and get the music. So if you wanted to buy an album, you could actually listen to it beforehand at the record stores, which is great.
Moose used to work at a record store.
That was
and I would
dream.
steal from there all the time.
Yeah, for me, the dream was like if I could work at like Camelot Music. That would be the dream job, the best gig on the planet.
Yep. When I was in the college years, if I could have worked at it, I tried so hard I couldn't get hired at any of the record stores.
I tried Vinyl Fever in Tallahassee.
I love Vinyl Fever.
And the CD
there was one here in Tampa.
The one on Dale Mabry was great.
Yeah, I think they may have been the same owners, because there was a Vinyl Fever in Tallahassee for years.
Yeah, it's the only place you could get the cool records, man.
Oh yeah,
no, Vinyl Fever, and then Sound Exchange. Is that the other one? The one that's on Nebraska now, or 41?
I don't even know if it still exists now.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, because it used to be a smaller building, and now they made it like a big standalone building over like on Florida Avenue, I think, or one of those. I don't know. I don't go over there a lot, so I don't know. But yeah, dude, it was good. I don't have a record player.
No.
I don't know that outside of a computer I have a CD player.
I don't think I do either.
No. But when they made it where you could start putting a CD in and just rip the songs off the CD, and then
best.
that was great.
Oh, dude, when Napster came out, that was like
hours.
Yeah,
You'd spend hours download 4 songs.
Pete and I, when we discovered Napster, he did it from his room, I did it from my room, and our rooms are across the hall from each other, and we just go, all right, listen to this one. And I'd play it from my room, and then he'd go, I got another one. He'd play it from his room, and then I would call people, what song we haven't heard in a long time? Oh, it was great, dude.
It downloaded so much music, and then you would download a whole album, and then it was not the album that it said it was.
Right.
People started like
faking it.
Yeah,
Or it's mislabeled.
Take the fun out of it. You download some album, and it was nothing that you said it was. You're like, oh, this is some live version. No, it's not.
I remember one time me and my buddies thought we were downloading, I forget, it was I think it was one of the Avengers movie or a Marvel movies like Spider-Man, and it was just somebody's home video of them playing with their dog. I was like,
yeah, I did a lot of porn.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a porn. It's a girl doing this to another girl, and I'm like, yeah. And I wait and I watch something dumb.
It's dumb, yeah.
It took me 3 days to get that video.
Labels.
Anyway, let's get back in the news.
According to a new study, 54% of people would quit their current job to become a full-time social media influencer. And this is not kids, because the ages were ranging from 18 to 60 years old.
There is nothing to me that is more desperate than a 40-something-year-old person trying to become a social media influencer. And I am friends with a lot of people who are trying to do that. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it just seems like an awful desperate grab at trying to do something, because nobody asked them to do it.
Yeah.
They're just doing it on their own.
Yeah.
But there is money to be made, and that's the thing, because I see especially a lot for older women, and they're like older 30 and 40s that are trying to do it. They're selling stuff on Amazon. They're fashion influencers. So they find things, whether it's clothes or kitchenware or housing decoration.
It's different to me if you've come up with a business model like that. Like if you're like, I'm going to become an influencer so I can get people to buy stuff off of my Amazon list and all that. That's different.
Well, that's how most of them are doing it.
But the people who are starving for the attention and
that are like dancing still.
Yeah. Like dancing and
lip syncing.
Yeah. Or just twirling. You know what I mean? It's pretty embarrassing to watch.
I got that.
There's a couple people I know on YouTube that are making their livings just covering theme parks. Like all in Orlando, they go to there's like Disney vloggers. Yeah, that's all they do.
Let me just tell you, don't mind my opinion. If you can make it make it work, and make money, go crazy off it. I'm just talking about I'm not talking about those people, because I love to watch those Disney vlogs, learn things about Disney. You know, there's even these 2 fat ladies that go and they test out rides to see which ones fat people could go on, which is hilarious to me. Like to me, so I always wanted to do a show about fat guys called Fat Science, where we would explore things like that. Not for social media though, but that would have been a good idea.
Yeah. Have you seen plus size Disney vloggers?
I think that's the one that
There's
I saw.
There's like 4 girls and they're plus size, and they talk about what it's like to be fat at Disney.
Yeah, and then they go there and they're like, you can go on this ride, but you can't go on this ride. And like, oh, that's hilarious.
They were showing, I guess, apparently when you go to Disney and you're overweight, you get some type of rash on your legs, and they were showing you how to like treat the rash because you walk so far.
All right, listen, man, I'm gonna tell you this. When Universal first opened, not a first open, but like before I was married, I went to Universal with this girl. I went with a bunch of people, but me and this girl were like hooking up, and it rained while we were there, and I got that wet chafing thing between my legs. And when we went back to the room, she was like, ready to get it on, and I looked at her and I go, I can't. I got chafing. I also think I didn't really like her that much, but still, I was like, I'd rather lay here and chafe than roll over with you.
It also says 26% of social media users already consider themselves influencers, even if they're not getting anything out of it.
You're not an influencer. You're a loser who's videotaping yourself all day.
Already influencer.
Yeah.
Carmen, you're making money.
Yes.
Yeah, but Carmen also has a job where she has an audience. Like, I couldn't believe that when Twitter first started, I had 1,000 followers on Twitter. I'm like, who cares what I have to say? But people do care. People are already looking. You're already an influencer in one area. You're just now combining that with your social media. So that's different. If you told me that a girl's going to get on a stationary, what is that thing called that you walk on?
My walking pad.
Your walking pad. And people are going to watch you walk on it for a minute. Also, well, you're not looking the most sexiest you've ever looked either.
Yeah, no. Listen, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, but people are watching it.
Yeah.
So yes, you're already an influencer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do not consider myself an influencer. And like when I tell people what I do, I tell them that I work in programming in radio. I don't say I'm in radio.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Well, it
I
depends.
tell them superstar. I
Right.
put it when I fill out an application that says occupation, I write superstar.
It depends who, because like there's some people that I know that it would benefit, like having that connection. But like if I'm at the grocery store or something, and someone's like trying to strike up a random conversation, I'm like, oh yeah, I make commercials.
See, when I get my hair cut and they go, so you're off today? And I go, nope, they're already done with work. And they go, what do you do? And I go, here we go. And I go, I have a radio show. And they're like, really? What channel? And then I had the same 5 questions every time. But I don't care. I mean, I'm proud of it, and I don't mind. And then all of a sudden, everything gets better after you tell them that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I can also tell the people who are like, ooh, you should have me on your show. And you know what I mean? Like, I can see that coming from a mile away.
But that bothers me, and I don't mind telling them why. Nobody would be interested in you.
Well, so usually my thing would be like, well, it's not my show. But so to avoid that, I'll be like, oh, I make commercials for radio.
That's smart. You avoid all the. Yeah, I got people all the time that are like, hey, I'm on a TV show that's on Flagubby. It's a new network that's free on Roku. And we'd like to come in and talk about it. I'm like, sorry, not enough people watching Flagubby for me to be really. I mean, it's not even that I'm being mean. It's that nobody wants to hear that.
Nah.
But that's the thing. Everyone thinks what they do is so interesting to other people. And like Chad, he thinks that everyone is a high school football fan.
Right.
And I have to remind him, I'm like, the only people who care about high school football are the coaches, the players, and the parents.
Yeah, it's like me trying to talk to my wife about The Godfather all the time.
Yeah.
And she does not care about it at all.
I was when my son was playing football, I was so dialed into all the scouting reports, and I would research all the other schools and the schedule. And now I miss all that right now.
When my son was playing football, I used to lay at night and dream of him becoming the Heisman Trophy winner and buying me a Ferrari. And Dad, thanks for all you did and sitting through all my practices. And
All about you.
Yeah, then next year he's like, I quit. I'm like, oh, you jerk.
I was breaking down all the different schools and who they had, and that they got a 3-star recruit. That kid's already committed to 2 schools.
Yeah.
I'm like, we got to watch him.
Can I tell you about my other dream? Is that Pete's son plays hockey since he could stand up. He's a great hockey player. He was one of the best in the state. Okay, and then Joey played. And he was not. He was an okay player who, gave it a minimal amount of effort. But because he was so big, he became the bruiser of the team. And a lot of times, if you get a guy who's so good, he can get other people brought on the team. So my dream was that Jake would make it would be the first round pick in the NHL draft, and then have a great career, and then they'd have to pull Joey up from the minors to be his enforcer. And Joey's job was mainly just to go out there and fight. So I thought this would be the perfect thing. Then it gets better, Carmen. It's all about me. Then they become the big duo in the NHL. the great player and the enforcer.
Goon.
And then all of a sudden, a reporter is like, "Well, who are these chubby guys that are always in the crowd?" That's their fathers.
Yeah.
They're also best friends. So they're second generation best friends. And now we got a 30 for 30.
Oh yeah.
I mean, now we got a 30 for 30 that we're watching.
Like you and Pete are always in the background of all the press conferences, and people
Yeah.
are like, who the hell are these two guys that are always there in the back?
Right, and then one player lips off to my son, and I punch that player, and they're
Yeah.
like, his father hit him. You know,
That goes viral, and now
right,
you're like,
right,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden they're like, who are these two fat guys with these young chicks at all the hockey games? And they're like, oh, that's Joey and Jake's dad.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had it all planned out, and then marijuana ruined everything.
Your son ruined the whole plan.
He did. Now I don't know what he's doing. He's got his irons in the fire everywhere, and one of these things better hit.
Is he still moving up to Tallahassee, or he's a no now?
I don't think he's there right now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, but I don't think if he's
Not feeling it.
Well, I think he thinks that if he's going to community college for 2 years, he might as well do it here.
Right.
And
So
then
he can stay at the
transfer
nice-
out. Yeah.
at your house.
Yes, which is what we want.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that.
Oh, it's so much fun up there, though.
I know, but I don't want him doing all that.
It's so
I don't
much
want-
fun.
But also, Gio, think about this. He has a car, and as an 18-year-old, he has like free range. So if he wants to go up there, he's
But
going up
that
there.
is true.
He also, like he's there this weekend, but
Right.
he also, and I kind of respect this. He has a lot of things happening right now. He's trying to launch his T-shirt brand,
Right.
And he's got this connection with all these rap stars, and he's going to all these concerts, and he's backstage for everything. I don't know how he does all this stuff. I help him with none of this. Like you would think that a father in radio is getting him backstage for all these shows and getting him all these tickets. I'm not. He's doing it all on his own. But he's networking with all these people, and part of the reason he doesn't want to be in Tallahassee is because he doesn't want to lose this network that he got over here. So, hey, look, go with what's working for you.
Just get the ball rolling.
My dream is that when I die, I have enough money where he doesn't have to work anymore. So that's all I care about.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I'm thinking about right now.
I was really hoping I'd go to Tallahassee in the fall and stay at Joey's house.
Dude, we can still
Yeah,
go. We can still go.
I need a place to crash.
You know?
Yeah.
It's going to be so much
Probably
fun.
Don't be the creepy old man.
I know. Gio just wants to go to the football games.
Yeah.
I told you this past season I had to pull Roughshot Todd out of a sorority house.
Wait, yeah.
Him and my brother walked into a sorority party like they were, the cool guys. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, you're
Nope.
a 50-year-old man. Get out of here. These are kids.
creepy.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Today is National Intern Day.
Oh, remember when you guys used to be interns?
Yeah.
Last intern of the station.
Yeah.
You were?
Well, I was the last non-paid intern because
Yeah, we milked that as long as we could.
and I started because there was like a lawsuit or something that was happening
Oh.
in the state of Florida
Yeah.
that changed it, so you had to pay interns.
Yeah.
And I was like right underneath it, so that's why I did a whole year without getting
I
paid.
think I can go so far as saying out of all of us, I interned the longest.
How long? Where?
First half of my career.
You didn't get paid for the first half of your career.
I didn't get paid until 1996. Now I got money every once in a while.
So that's getting paid.
No, but I wasn't on the books for anything until 1996.
When did you start?
94, 93.
Okay.
I started in 93, and it was actually August of 92 was when I first started. But and then I started as an intern driving vans, doing all that stuff, and then every once in a while it came like somebody give me a weird check or cash or something. I made some money. Then I got a bonus one year. I got a bonus. It was $2,000, and it was the most money I'd ever seen in my life.
Won the
I was like,
lotto.
"You gotta be kidding me." Yeah, dude. But it was so funny because BJ Harris from MJ and BJ was a program director, and it was bonus time, and we all had a meeting, all staff meeting. We're all crammed into this one room. And BJ says, there's one thing that I ask is that you don't share the amount that you got in your bonus with other people because people got different bonuses for doing different things. And he said, and I will tell you, for some of you, this is life-changing money. And I got $2,000. And I was like, he was talking about
Thought
me.
it was you.
He was talking about me. Meanwhile, I find out people got like 30 grand, 40 grand. But for me, when I got $2,000, I was like, I may not even have to work anymore. I thought I was so rich.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Meanwhile, I was so behind on my bills. I just paid all my bills that I was. But yeah, I mean, I was an intern for a long time. And even when I went to 98 Rock in 96, I still wasn't making garbage for money. It was ridiculous. I was making a part-time salary for two full-time jobs.
Yeah, I interned for 2 semesters and then got hired in the summer to work overnight.
Perfect.
But
That's
you
how an
started
internship
in-
works.
You started in school radio, right?
Well,
Gio?
no.
Okay.
I tried to. There was V89, and I tried to get in there, and they would not let me at the college radio station. I got
Why?
turned away. They didn't accept. I don't know. They didn't like me, or didn't accept my application, or whatever.
Understood.
I get it.
Yeah. So then I went to the sports radio station, which was Clear Channel, not the college.
Right.
And then I ended up getting hired there. And then eventually the guy that wouldn't take my application tried to get a job at Clear Channel when I was working on the rock station. I was like, beat it.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
By that point, I'm getting free CDs. I'm up on stage
Oh,
for
you're a
concerts.
superstar.
Yeah. Then this guy, hey, remember me? But get the hell out of
Yeah.
here.
Did
I
you use
love
that opportunity to say, and I quote, "My, how the tables have turned"?
That guy tried to big time me and cool guy me. I was like, oh,
Hell
hey,
yeah.
man. He's like, yeah, remember me? You came in that went some, yeah, beat it.
Awesome.
Do you know, before I was in radio at all, I was trying hard to get in, and WGUL in Newport Richie,
Yeah.
they had an ad in the paper that they were looking for somebody young that was interested in engineering at radio because they had like almost like an apprentice. And I called the guy up and he goes, what do you have experience? You go to technical school or anything? I go, no, but I want to be in radio and I want to learn everything there is to learn about radio. He goes, no. He yelled at me. I go, what? He goes, this is a job that involves wiring and all. There's nothing glamorous about it. I go, I want to learn it all. He was like, no. And he hung up on me.
All right.
All right. I was willing to learn everything.
Man, every engineer is all stressed out.
Yeah.
He never
Yeah.
fails.
Funny.
Taylor Swift
I know
is
her.
subject to an erroneous report that she is set to join forces with fellow singer Beyonce to host a fundraising concert for Kamala Harris.
Oh, really?
Said,
Don't do that.
Amid unanswered calls for Swift to speak out and endorse Harris at a time when she is yet to publicly back any presidential candidate, this week a website called UK Discover started reporting that Beyonce and Taylor Swift were going to host a concert in Los Angeles that was going to feature Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, and then Beyonce and Taylor Swift all performing to raise money
That'd be a hell of a concert.
and get all the Swifties riled up for
I wouldn't be
Kamala.
surprised.
Yeah.
Well,
Remember in her docu-series on, I don't know if it started on Netflix, but it is on Netflix when it was like Tennessee is where she's like a resident at. And she was like all about it. And her whole team was like, don't get political.
Yeah.
Stay out of it. And
I
she's
agree
like,
with that.
And she was like, no, I need to say my piece. I need to tell
Well, now that
everybody."
there's a woman running, she may feel the need to go out there and stump for the woman.
Well, Beyonce is letting Kamala use her song.
Freedom.
And they said Taylor Swift did endorse Biden and Harris back in 2020.
Interesting.
So we'll see what happens. Are all the Swifties going to jump on board for?
Well, do you dislike somebody when they endorse a like when they tell them don't do it? I mean, I wouldn't care if Taylor Swift was endorsing either one of the candidates. It wouldn't going to affect how I feel about her music.
It doesn't affect you, but it affects
Well, that's
a
what I'm
lot
asking.
of young people.
Who is that? Yeah, like it'll have that effect on my daughter who's 11. She'll be like,
Right.
well, I'm voting for Kamala Harris because Taylor Swift is.
Because
Right.
it's cool.
Yeah, but
I
she
don't know
doesn't,
when. Usually it doesn't bother. Like I don't. If somebody's voting for somebody, I don't really care. But when Kyle Gass from Tenacious D said that they should have hit Trump or whatever, I forget the exact quote.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you should have next time don't miss Trump. I thought that was pretty messed up.
It was dumb to say, but also the guy is a comedian.
Yeah.
And he's doing an improv dumb thing. Like to me, like the next day they were like, Tenacious D is over, never gonna happen again. Tour's canceled. I went, that's a little drastic.
People
make the guy
forget.
apologize, but just make him apologize and say, I said something stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I just think you're a real idiot. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
or he could really dislike Trump and he was just making a joke.
Yeah.
I think it's a funny joke, even if you like Trump. If you're just saying it to say it. Unlike the Dixie Chicks who were in France at the time, and they were like, "We're embarrassed to be from the same state that the governor or the president is from." I'm like, "Oh, shut up, stupid!
Yeah.
Nobody asked you, and you're not even in America. Don't say anything like that." I think Kyle Gass is a comedian, and he was just making a joke.
Canceled.
Canceled. Yeah, canceled. And now he joins the ranks of Oates and Ike Turner and all those people who are nothing
Dunkelman.
without the other person.
Yeah, yeah.
Dunkelman, all those people are nothing without the other person.
Jack Black can go on and be Tenacious D without Kyle Gass.
And he has a whole career in acting and all the other stuff that he does. So he's good. But that must be, you imagine poor Kyle had to just kiss Jack Black's ass all the time.
For sure.
That
For sure.
stinks.
Remember our old friend Antonio Brown?
AB.
He has welcomed his 7th child.
Who
Ace
still
Brown.
sleeps with that guy?
Ace Brown is born. Model Sydney Moreau is the mother. And back in January, Antonio had announced on Twitter by posting a picture of the positive test, and the tweet said, "This girl want me in her uterus." All right. This girl want me in her uterus. F it. I'm rich. Let's do this.
You ain't rich anymore, buddy.
Yeah, so congratulations, Antonio Brown, 7th child, Ace Brown. Welcome to the world.
Oh, those poor kids. Those poor kids.
What a
At
line.
least Nick Cannon makes an effort to see his kids.
Well, I was going to say, do you think he's trying to pull the Nick Cannon card where I think it's like after 10 children, you can no longer be served for, what is it, child support?
Oh, really?
Or something like that. Yeah, like once you get to a certain amount of kids, like the women can't come after you for child support because you have so many kids. I want to say it's 10. And Nick Cannon has 12. So if Antonio Brown is at 7, maybe he's trying to pull a Nick Cannon.
I don't know. Antonio Brown has so many other options to not pay. He's broke. He's bankrupt. So that could be the problem.
I mean, what a great line, though. This girl want me in her uterus.
Yeah, dude.
I get that a lot.
How romantic. The mother of your child. This girl want me in her uterus.
This girl want me to explore her backside.
Yeah, right? Well, I don't understand what's wrong with people.
One of Ric Flair's incredible robes is for sale. You want to take a guess what a Ric Flair robe goes for these days?
$20,000.
He's the one that's putting it up for auction. I guess he's looking for some money, looking for some cash.
I'm going to tell you, I had a set of Road Warrior Hawks shoulder pads with the spikes on it. I got one of those one time, and one of Jimmy Hart's painted jackets. I had one of those. I think I set that on fire.
He posted on social media the listing, which is up for auction on the through the auction site Golden, which I haven't heard of before. But so far, the current bid is, anybody got a guess? What
it has to be over $10,000.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I would say somewhere in the $30,000 range.
$30,000.
I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna go $70,000.
I said 20.
20.
I'm way
15.
higher. Than
15. At the time of the writing, it was at 75,000.
Holy cow!
I knew it.
And that was just the auction had just opened. It goes all the way through August 17th is the final day.
Wow.
And it was at $75,000 for a Ric Flair
right.
robe.
I did something good today.
Oh, wow.
I guess close.
No,
Authentic.
I don't think that's
Yeah, no,
yeah,
Ring worn. I don't even know if it was like from a famous match. It could have just been a random one.
Oh.
But I mean, if you can get $100,000 for a robe,
Yeah.
Sell one of my robes for $100,000.
yeah, that's a lot of beach bar tabs down in Clearwater.
You guys are probably about the same age.
Pat McAfee, we know him.
Yeah.
I think Pat McAfee is becoming the Ryan Seacrest of sports.
Yes.
He is now everywhere.
He's on his show. He's on college football. He's on WWE.
Well,
he stole my look.
Which one?
My no sleeves look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he did it different. He put muscular arms in them.
He does tank tops though.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I wish I could wear a tank top.
Tank top looks like a man bra to me.
Does it?
Yeah, crisscrosses, and I don't like the way it looks.
Sometimes I see people in tank tops. I'm like, man, that looks cool, but I can't pull off that look.
But because he's got man arms.
Yeah.
I don't have man. I have old man arms.
Pat McAfee announced yesterday that he will, in fact, return to ESPN's College Game Day this fall. He announced on a video posted on Wednesday. Originally, there had been contract negotiations, and the rumor was that he was not going to be coming back to the panel there.
He has no problem crapping on the people at ESPN, man.
No.
He does not like those executives at ESPN.
That's why they said, because he's been so controversial, that they weren't going to have him back.
But you know what, though? Pat McAfee proves that you don't need ESPN. You can just go do it on your own.
No, that's pretty much what he did. He took his show and just put it on YouTube, and the audience grew so much that they were forced to pay him.
Yep.
But I like Pat McAfee. I think he's great.
No, I think he's great too. I like him. I like his show. I like the people around him. I think he does a good job.
They're gonna have old ass Lee Corso still on College Game Day, which I don't know why. I love
Lee
Lee
just
Corso.
been like a fixture. You're so used to just seeing his face.
But he's up there every Saturday, and he looks lost. And Kirk Herbstreit's having to show him where to go.
Yeah.
And it's just the whole thing is kind of weird. But that's it for news.
That was pretty abrupt.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, that's it for
normally
news.
it's the last story or.
Oh, and finally in news.
Thank you.
It's the last story.
At least I would know.
And that was it for news.
All right. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. Every Thursday, we check in with Cody Tucker. You can find him at The Cody Tucker Show on Instagram and on YouTube. The guy is just, after I've asked him a bunch of times, he said he just reads everything and learns everything, and then he compiles these short videos of stuff that is just, I find incredibly interesting. I don't know what he has to say. It could be sometimes a list of connections to serial killers. It could be actors who were supposed to play roles in movies. It could be about assassinations. He's got a bunch of great, interesting stuff. He'll see what he got for us this week. When we take a break, we'll come back. We'll be joined by what's his name? Cody Tucker. Sorry, I just can't talk. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. First, we got to go to the hotline and welcome back to the show a guy we talk to every Thursday. This is Cody Tucker. Cody, how are you, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm good. How are you doing?
What was with you and the great Mark Norman? When did you guys hook up?
Oh, man, I saw he put, had me on it was like a little clip on their podcast the other day. And so, I reached out and did a podcast with him. So that should be coming out pretty soon.
Mark Norman was talking about Cody. Mark Norman was talking about Cody the same way I was when I found him. He's just this guy who knows all this stuff and says all these things and he reads all this stuff. It's Cody, I tell you, I say it to you every week. One of the most interesting things on Instagram and social media that I've seen. The Cody Tucker Show. You can find it on YouTube, and you can find the clips on Instagram. And I must say, at least 3 times this week, I said, I got to remind Cody when we have him on the air about this one. And now I can't remember any of them. They're all, whether they're serial killer connections, actors who were supposed to play the part, people who are related to each other, things about wars that I didn't even know. I love it all. It's so interesting. All right, what do we got this week?
All right, so this week's story is about a fellow named William Marston. So William Marston was a successful psychologist in the 1930s. His wife, Elizabeth, also helped with a lot of his work. One time, he and his wife were arguing, and she noticed that her blood pressure elevated when she was angry. She told her husband that there might be a connection between a person's emotions and their blood pressure. This led to them creating the first iteration of what would become the lie detector test. Now, this is where things get a little weird. So Marston and his wife also were in a polygamous relationship with one of his former students. The 3 of them were heavily into BDSM and all kinds of bondage stuff. So in 1940, William, being a huge fan of comic books, took the idea of a woman whose appearance was based on he and his wife's partner, who would tie people up, in this case with a lasso that made people tell the truth, a.k.a. a lie detector test, and created the comic book character Wonder Woman.
See, that's incredible. How do you find out all this stuff, man? That is great. Does anybody ever acknowledge that?
Yeah. What about Wonder Woman, or just
that the Wonder Woman was born from a bondage situation?
I don't know, man. I've never heard of that before until I just kind of stumbled on it. So I don't think it's like a widely known thing.
Yeah,
awesome.
It would be hotter if it was. Yeah. All right, check out Cody on YouTube with the Cody Tucker Show, and then find him on Instagram and watch these videos, man. How many would you say you do a week?
Well, I do, just the regular podcast is 1 a week, but then I do 5 a week, like of the little shorts, Monday through Friday.
I love them, man. There's not even one that I watched that I went, they're all like, oh my God, really? They all end up like the Wonder Woman one. So, all right, buddy, we'll check in with you next week.
Thanks, man. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Cody. You too. There you go. Cody Tucker.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's the same way. Mark Norman was on their podcast on Tuesdays with Stories, I think, and he was like, yeah, there's this guy, Cody Tucker, and he just reads everything, and he puts together these videos, and he just knows everything.
You know what it reminds me of? Paul Harvey.
Yeah.
Paul Harvey used to do the rest of the story.
Yep,
It's very similar to that, where he they set you up these long stories and stuff like that. I wonder if he's ever heard Paul Harvey or just even knows.
Yeah, it is similar to that. Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Let me go to the phone lines. Good morning. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Mike and everybody.
Hi.
It's Stephanie. I heard you guys all morning because I listen to you every day all morning, and I didn't hear you guys talk about the article that Time published yesterday by Donald Trump's nephew, who has,
so according to the article, Donald Trump says uses the N-word a lot. And what was the other takeaway from that? He did something.
No, he said that people like me who have disabilities should just die.
Yeah, I don't. So supposedly he said to his nephew that his disabled child and people like him should just die. Listen. that sounds like an absurd thing. Not that this guy hasn't said the most absurd things, but I have no other. It comes down to a he said, she said, just like with Biden, where his daughter is claiming that he used to sneak into the shower and take showers. You don't know if any of this stuff is true, or if it's somebody who's got a vendetta, or if it's somebody who's got mental issues.
Did he get paid off?
Yeah, it's hard to really swallow that.
If you look at his behavior the first time that he ran, mocking a reporter who had a disability or has a disability, it really bothered me.
I know,
to think that he could say something like that.
I'm not going to lie to you, and I don't know how many people in this room or in your life as you meet. Do you think that I have never mocked somebody with a disability before? Do you think that I've never used the N-word before? I mean, anybody that says that they did is lying to you. And if I was to run for president tomorrow, I'm sure there'd be a bunch of people from my youth that said, I heard him use the N-word before, and I know he made fun of a retarded kid down the block. There's plenty of that that's going to come up. It's about how people evolve and how they change. And you don't see me use the R word on the regular anymore because I've understood that it offends people and it's sad, and I've gotten out of my vocabulary. You grow as you get older, and you do things, and you make something. He mocked that one guy, the guy with a disability, but the guy was also busting his balls, and sometimes you get a ball busting back. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think somebody who's running for president should be a little bit more presidential. But the other thing, I also know that you guys mentioned Dirty Pop. And Carmen said that the screen literally said that the whole thing is AI generated.
Yeah.
What it says is that it's actual footage of Lou Pearlman, and what they did, because I'm looking at it right now, the footage has been altered to generate his voice and synchronize his lips.
Right.
So what it is it's old footage.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
No, but it's old video footage.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
that
actual
they used
footage of him talking.
But it's not but he didn't actually say that in that video. They took quotes from his book and used AI to generate from a previous video.
Which is still pretty miraculous.
Right.
Thank you, Stephanie.
There was the Biden Oval Office videos floating around a couple days ago where he's like, "F this, I'm out of here."
That one looked great.
So real, so real. And that was obviously a clip from him in the past in the Oval Office. They just changed the voice and the lips.
Did you ever see the Reagan video of where he was testing the microphone and he said, "We're going to begin bombing," and and all, but that was real. But also, it was just if that was floating around now, we'd go, "Wait a second, is that real?" Or
I don't believe anything on the internet.
No. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning. My name's John.
What's up, John?
Hey, I just want to comment that whenever you were talking about Pat McAfee and Lee Corso, if I did not know you were talking about Lee Corso, it would have sounded just like Biden being ushered off the stage whenever Barack Obama did that. And by the way, Lee Corso went to Florida State, which Mike Martin should absolutely have counted in the death pool because he is the most winningest coach in college baseball history. A major sport.
Yeah, not a celebrity.
The previous caller that said Trump more presidential. Let's remember what Clinton got in the Oval Office.
Yeah. Listen, also, the other thing is, I think we all know the reason why Trump is as popular as he is because he's not presidential. He's saying things that people are thinking, and that's how it works.
He's a normal guy.
Yeah. Well, he's a little abnormal. He's a normal billionaire.
Well, true, but he says what we think, and
yes, in his own terms, which we would like to say it. A lot of times, being presidential, if you will, means fake. It means saying things in a way that will be accepted by a lot of people and won't be any risk. This guy's just spitting it out the way he sees it, and I think that's why people like him. Thanks, John. Appreciate the call, brother. Listen, I like to just point this out. Mike Martin, great baseball coach. Not even a player. Like if he was a player he
played at one point, I believe.
Yeah, but he's not famous for that.
At one point, you believe you don't even know. That's if he was a celebrity. Those are facts that you would know.
I believe that it would be easier to swallow.
He's famous for being a coach. That's what he's famous for.
Right, but that doesn't make him a celebrity.
100%.
No, it makes him well known.
Listen,
in circles?
Why would every major news site cover a non-celebrity?
Because he is somebody of interest. He is somebody of interest because he is well known in his circle.
The problem is
Celebrities are across the board.
On the death pool, the people we picked, not all of them are celebrities. Some
Well,
of them
that's what we
just-
vote on.
some of them just people of interest.
You should have protested some of those.
I protest all of them. I protest the whole game.
Well, you're in the minority.
I protest the whole game as being complete fixed farce.
I vote no.
I vote no. Sorry.
You jerks.
Gio, you're out.
Listen, I've accepted that you guys are just doing this just to spite me.
No.
Not
Just
true.
to spite me.
Not true.
That's the only
Integrity.
reason.
The quote, the great old dirty bastard, bitch better have my money.
Yeah.
Jared, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Hey, good morning, Luke. You asked a question about Professor Marston. Actually made a movie about that, Professor Marston and the Women. So if you ever want to check it out.
Professor Marston and the women, but did it end up with Wonder Woman at the end, or is it just about him and his little threesome?
No, it's about him and how they created the story of Wonder Woman and how it came from that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the heads up. I
Hot.
appreciate that, sir. See, I would have never have known that if
Yeah.
Cody didn't just tell us about it.
And I'm a big fan of bondage, so I'll have to check it out.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
Like to be done to you or to
No.
do it to other people?
No.
Like handcuffs and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd like to handcuff my wife in a different room than me, just so I don't have to hear her talk.
That is something that people do.
What?
They'll
Yeah.
tie up their
Yeah,
partner,
and then leave
in a
them.
room, and then come
Yeah, but
back
I'm not doing it
You want
for
it for
the
like torturous reasons.
No.
Oh.
That's the thing. I'm not doing it for torture reasons. I just want it for peaceful reasons.
Okay,
Just
yeah,
That's
I
go.
understand.
torture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For her.
I'm with Carmen on this one.
All right.
Listen, I watched. It came out on Netflix, the 50 Shades of Grey
Yeah.
series.
yeah.
I never watched the movies. I did read the books, but I never watched the movies because I did not like the casting. But I figured it's been 10 years, maybe I can get over it. Let me tell you, that's some hot loving you
What?
get afterwards.
That's the difference between men and women. That's hot to women, and I don't think it's hot to guys.
Well, no, just the love story and stuff like that, and it's very sexual, and you know what I mean. Like we didn't use anything. Chad and I just had sex after that because I was just a little revved up.
Wow.
But it was just normal sex. But we moved the bed.
What do you mean?
What do
You
you
mean you
mean?
made it move?
Yeah,
Oh.
like we moved it like a foot off the wall.
How romantic.
But I can't wait. I give it another 3 months before Chad's just burnt out with you.
Why? You know
Between
what?
putting sage in your hair and
Yeah.
Rosemary, which
same
causes
thing.
your hair to grow.
rosemary in your face and not being able to get good, clean laundry detergent, he's going to be like, I got to
He
go.
can get laundry detergent anytime he wants. He likes my detergent, actually. I actually got Chad to stop using deodorant.
Oh, the whole
Those-
family
gross.
smells now.
Those poor kids at the school.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't smell. That's the thing. You know why you smell once you stop using deodorant? Because of all the chemicals that you trap in there with the deodorant from the deodorant. You stop using it. It takes a couple weeks to like expel all those chemicals. But after that, like he does not smell at all. He doesn't need it.
I think you're just used to it.
Yeah.
Your nose
No, I
Yep.
think you guys.
Nose deaf.
No, not true.
It's like the
Joe said your
garbage man
nose
eventually stops smelling the garbage.
Yeah.
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 Not true.
No offense, Joe.
Yeah,
No, it's all right.
I don't know. I just.
Yeah, things have been so normalized, so we spend money on it when
Wait,
we
so
don't
let's
need
go back to
to.
50 Shades of Grey for a second.
Okay.
What's so hot in that movie that you like?
I thought he raped her.
No.
No.
Oh. I
Oh
thought-
my God!
I
What is
thought that
wrong
was-
with you?
I thought that was the gimmick.
No.
It's about bondage.
Role playing.
All right.
Yeah. What?
I'm
We know
open.
what Gio's into.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm open to all ideas.
Yeah. All right. All right.
I've not read the book,
No,
surprisingly.
he has a playroom or
A red room.
A red room, but it
Yeah.
says playroom, and it has all the toys in it. But it has like rope and handcuffs, but it also vibrators.
Oh,
It has like everything.
And she was not into it, and then she was into it because he was rich.
Well, she wasn't into it because she was a virgin, and then
man.
and then they like slowly gradually like did stuff.
He groomed her.
And basically, it is a grooming scenario.
right.
Yeah.
But it's because he's rich, right? Like, is it like some millionaire or something?
Well, he's
Yeah.
like a billionaire,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, he's also very handsome, and he's but she changes him. It's a love story at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Joe, do you still
It's
have
not
this?
just about the sex.
Do you still have the sex swing out at the island?
I do, yeah.
What do the pantses think of that?
Well,
Yeah.
it's not
Mama
really
Pan
up.
sleeps in it.
Does she know what she's? That's not a hammock.
It's not. Yeah, no, it's not a hammock. It's not up. It hasn't been up for a while.
Aw, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
sorry.
Where is it?
It's in the garage.
Oh,
It's in storage.
Okay.
Mom,
I'll
the tree man
whip
doesn't
it
wanna
out every
get it
now
out?
and then. Well,
Tom came over yesterday and he yelled at him for cutting the bushes down.
What did he say? Why was his
reason?
He said because he knows better. He knows the way you're supposed to cut them.
I mean,
And then just completely get rid of them?
Yeah. Man, it's like, I told you not to cut them back and cut all the flowers off it. And he was like, I know, but it needs to be done.
Why, though? What is his reasoning besides...
He's a tree man. This is his expertise.
I don't like it.
He does not take orders from worldly people. He takes orders from the trees.
I didn't question it. I go, okay. That's what you say, Tom the Tree Man. It's got Tree Man in his name.
I question it.
I don't ask the bakery how they made their cake.
That's right. Just eat the cake. No. I don't ask Pepe what goes into the burger.
No.
I speak for the trees.
You what?
Like the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
Like the Lorax.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What the hell?
You're the Lorax.
Yep.
All right. We got to take a break. When we come back, you got to fill me in on what's going on, Mr. Beast.
Oh, man. You know how like Galvin was always saying there's something weird?
Something weird.
Something's eventually going to fall?
All right. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. You all right?
Yeah, I thought I heard something. It sounded like thunder, but it sounded closer than thunder. Like it didn't sound like it was outside.
Thunder was so bad last night. I
was right
here trying to do some commercials, and I couldn't because the thunder kept getting picked up in the commercials. If you hear me talking about Shark Coast Tactical in here, boom, in the background, you know what that is.
Okay.
Thunder.
I didn't even tell you guys. I believe I got struck by lightning.
Shut up.
2 days ago.
Where?
At my house.
You don't forget something like that.
So I'm on the back porch and I'm messing
Just
around.
reminiscing about when you used to sleep there?
Yeah, hanging out there. I was out there with the dog, sitting on the porch, watching the rain. I'm like, oh, it's not thunder, lightning, anything. This is great. And I was there's a fridge out there, putting some waters in the fridge. And then all of a sudden, I heard the loudest crash ever in my life.
It got loud.
I thought it was a gunshot going off next to my head. I saw a flash of light, and I could feel the air like compress with like heat.
You might have superpowers now,
dude.
I try. I've got no superpowers.
Not yet.
But it
Go
must
jump off the roof.
It must have been so close to where I was at. I tried to pull it up on my security cam, but it didn't show anything. But I thought I was dead.
It is so loud. My poor dogs were so scared.
Dude.
It is so loud.
I felt heat.
Yeah.
Like the air compressed for a second and I felt like heat.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
It's wild.
It is wild, dude. I'm glad you're okay.
Dude, I'm like, my daughter, I'm like, oh my God. She's like, what happened? I go, I don't know. I think I got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
She's like, are you okay? I was freaking out.
Next time you're watching TV, try to change the channel with your mind.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe it's because she talked so much crap about me.
Yeah.
Probably.
Someone's got hit.
Well, you big time on Publix.
Mike Calta Show, though.
Hey, what's up, Mike Calta? It's your man, Mr. Reverend Medicine Man.
Medicine Man, you will not understand that you've been banned from the show. Do you remember why?
Of course, I called you an FA.
You called me a what?
Abbreviation for, I called you a name with the letters FA.
Yeah. I don't like that. You hurt my feelings.
I know. I didn't mean to say that to you.
You did, though. You said it on tape.
On tape?
If only I could hear it one more time, it would make me so upset.
I don't have it.
Ah, damn it.
I will not say that word.
Well, it's too late now. We broke up.
How can we break up? I know you got a date coming up then, and it's not with a hall.
Yeah, well, you have to buy tickets if you want to go, because we don't have that relationship anymore.
Yeah.
That stinks like diarrhea fart.
Yeah. All right. See you later. 75-year-old man. Stinks like diarrhea farts. Speaking of, I haven't heard from Love Tiger in days.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Anybody?
really? Since he's been back in the house.
Since he's had the foot and he's back in the house. What if they're beating him? What if they're keeping him down? What if Bobby Tiger's laying on him?
Dude,
The Tigers are getting him.
they cut his leg off and they're just beating him with it.
Did the pool guy ever go back? Or did we find that was it?
I don't know. The pool guy took him to the hospital, and I think that's the last we've heard from the pool guy, too.
Because he said that he'd put more chemicals into a pool than he'd ever in his entire 40-year career.
Yeah.
And somehow it didn't clear up the water.
What if maybe he put some of those chemicals in Love Tiger's foot? Maybe that'll help change things.
I'm sure just dip your foot in the pool
Ugh.
and just,
No,
just
just
let it soak for a
I think
couple
that's how the
days.
pool got so dirty.
Yeah.
I think mom's in the bottom pool.
Dude, I think you're right. And I'm checking the chat to see if on your YouTube page, to see if he's been in here. Sometimes he'll pop in.
Well, I saw a while that he said that he was taking some time off of his radio show.
Yeah, his, not mine.
Right, but I'm saying like he was going to be gone until like August 1st. So I don't know.
Something's going on.
Yeah.
Little tiger vacation.
Maybe Maybe they don't have internet until August 1st. Seriously, maybe they don't have their internet bill paid.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's still going to CVS.
Of course. Where else is he going to go?
Well,
No, I thought they turned the water on.
No, only for the only for the bathtubs.
Oh,
So they can only do number 1 in the bathtub, and they can't do number 2 in the house unless they do it in plastic bags.
Why can't they turn the water on?
I don't listen. You're asking me questions I don't know. I've never been to the house. I have no intention on going.
No.
DCF was there. They seem to think everything's clear. So
it feels much better. I'm very glad you don't know the answer to Carmen's question because it feels better not knowing.
I don't think that I could live without struggling if I knew the real answer.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm very glad
I'm losing sleep over the fact that this Carter kid has been homeless for a while. And thankfully, Anthony brought him back to the group home, and he's got a place to sleep now. But the idea that this kid's living on the street has been keeping me up at night. And, sometimes I don't want to know the answer.
No, absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you.
Now, Joe.
Yes, Michael?
Are you going to the meeting today?
Yeah, I don't want to, but I will.
Yeah, but you weren't going to go until you found that I was going.
That's right.
Well, then you don't have to go because I'm going.
All right.
I'm not saying don't go.
He said, all right.
Okay.
Are you going?
Yeah.
So then how are you not going to go?
I didn't think he was going to go.
Oh, brother.
I have to be upfront with you about something.
Oh.
I sabotaged Joe a little bit.
Why?
Because we were in the garage, and just like under my breath as I was walking past him, I said, "Are you going to ask Mike if he's going to the meeting?" And he went, "Oh, yeah."
So why does whether or not you guys go to the meeting hinge on whether I'm going?
So
yes, Carmen.
No, I'm asking. So no one's going?
No, we're going. I just knew that I knew that Joe asking you that question would get a response, so I couldn't give up the opportunity.
Gotcha.
But we were always planning on going. I talked to him about it this morning on the way, and I was
Joe
like,
just
"You
said
ready
he
for the
doesn't want
meeting?"
to go.
No, I don't. I don't want to. I never want to go.
This
That
free
doesn't mean
food.
But that doesn't mean I want to go.
Okay.
You're
not.
I like going and seeing everybody.
Joe's not a
I'm
corporate
excited
guy.
Carmen.
Well,
I'm not wearing sleeves.
Okay.
I love that.
You're not going.
Is
Mike's
Gio,
not going.
Are you going, Gio?
Of course.
You are.
Yeah.
I don't
Gio's
believe
already
Gio.
there.
You're there right now.
I don't believe Gio at all.
I don't believe
Gio's
him
not
one.
going.
I believe Galvin's going to go before Gio's going to go.
I mean, sometimes my plans change, but as of now, right now, I will go.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
You don't have to go to work?
He's at work.
I'm at work.
Okay. Well, before you used to have to go to work.
I got a lot of stuff going on.
Well, I might be there, Michael.
All right.
Well, if Joe's going, I don't want to go.
Is anybody getting any awards today? How do you know you're not the unsung hero of the week, Joe?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I don't.
Joe. Come on.
All right, Carmen. I don't know what got you all worked
They
up.
may be giving Joe, since Rush is gone, they may be giving Joe a promotion.
Goodbye word.
Yeah, they give him the Cold War award.
Yeah. Well,
Do you get to take the innovation award now?
I
Since
think he
there's-
should give it back.
There's no
I don't think he has it. I think it's in the trophy case.
Okay.
I believe. It's in the trophy case.
Right?
I thought Joe took it out of his office and put it in Bum TV room.
I'm going to make
But-
it. That's the reason I'm coming to the station
was-
today. I'm coming to get my trophy back.
But that was your trophy that you brought,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Like
Which
you
one?
made it?
I made my own trophy.
Yeah.
I gave myself a trophy.
Yeah.
I don't
knew
think
there
that's
was
really
something.
a trophy.
Well, it is to me.
Carmen, I will tell you this.
Yes.
When I come there today, I will leave with one item from my office. Every time I come there, I'll take one item out. When I leave.
Okay.
Well, I don't know why you gotta say it like that.
Because you're just full of lies. You're not coming and you're not taking anything out with you.
Have I never not come before
Yes.
to an all-staff meeting?
Yes.
That's not true.
That is very true.
Do you have a key to Dom's office? You can't get in
I do
there.
not have a key to Dom's office.
I'll let you in.
Thank you. I was gonna say you're gonna have to keep it open.
Damn, bro.
Is
No,
the
I'm going to be here.
is the life-size Ben Roethlisberger still in there?
Yes.
You
It's
want
not, is it Ben? I don't know.
Yeah, it's been. Why
Okay.
isn't Galvin taking that yet?
He has to come get it.
Yeah.
Clogging up my office.
Yeah.
I don't think he can
Gio's gonna
fit
take
it in
it
his
today.
car. Well, I was going to say, I don't think he can fit in his car.
Yeah, bend it in half.
Yeah.
Well, I think, no, you can't do that. That would ruin the integrity of it.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh.
don't know how to do things.
Ben Roethlisberger bends in half in real
it's
life.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, it's in his name.
See?
I think, Mike, that should be what you take home.
No, I don't want that here.
Well, bring it there for Galvin to
You're
get.
out of your goddamn mind.
I don't think Galvin
Wow,
wants it.
yeah. Why would you do
What
something
am I, a
for
messenger
anybody
service?
else?
Well, I got enough of my own crap I have to take out of there.
I gotcha.
I'm gonna take you out of the building. How do you like that?
Please. Been waiting for that.
Can you make it quick?
What's going on with Mr. Beast?
Oh man, things getting crazy.
Now I don't follow Mr. I think I might follow him on Instagram, but I don't follow him. I know my kids used to talk about him. I know your kids used to like him.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, he's just some guy on the internet who does good things and gives away money to people.
Yes.
But for some reason, we all don't like him.
So he has, I don't have any problem with it. I always liked him. I thought it was all right. He's got some cool videos. So he's got like this cast of like characters that have been with him the whole time as he's built his channel. And one of them is now being accused of grooming a minor when he was 20 years old and she was like 13 years old.
Oh, that's
and
not good.
Now they're accusing him of all this grooming that was going on because I guess there were some text messages that were not appropriate.
But what does that have to do with Mr. Beast?
Because
he was on the channel.
This is where it gets real good. They say that Mr. Beast, when this guy transitioned.
Oh, he did transition.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Beast wanted to fire him and get rid of him altogether. But
because of the transition?
Because of this stuff with the girl.
Oh, but because
that it didn't come out yet.
That's the
even
rumor.
worse. This person has so much stuff on Mr. Beast that he kept him on payroll and kept him part of the show, knowing that he was grooming a minor.
And so it comes out that this that she was
Ava.
Yeah. Ava is grooming somebody, an underage minor.
Okay.
Then, like a day or two later, a video surfaces of Mr. Beast using the N-word when he was like younger, like way back when the channel was just starting out, and saying all kinds of like racial stuff. And so now that's
But is it?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but do we know that that video is real?
Yes, it is real because it was still on his page, but it was unlisted.
Why would you keep it on your page?
So he used to do a thing where he would sit there on a live stream for hours and hours and hours, and people would pay him, and he would just repeat whatever they were saying. And someone says, "Oh, I'll give you $200 to say the N-word," and he goes, "Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say." And then he says it.
Not for $200.
Yeah. But at the time, he's like, I think like 15 or 16 years old, and they're it's like in a live chat type situation.
If Justin Bieber can get away with it, this Beast can get away with it.
Justin Bieber had a couple of good ones.
Yep.
So all these allegations are going around, and Mr. Beast had said nothing until now. He released a statement. He says, over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I've been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with the Mr. Beast brand. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct the comprehensive investigation that will take any further actions based on their findings.
So he did end up having a fire.
So now Ava said, I'm out anyway. He's like, listen, I'm working on my mental health and I'm going to focus on my family and the whole
thing. It's possible that the transitioning person has some mental health issues.
Nah, no way. That's
I don't know,
totally
man.
normal
They're
thing.
just in the wrong
Kids do it all the
body.
time.
Yeah, but sometimes it takes some time to adjust.
So, but for a long time, Galvin's the one saying, I don't understand that Mr. Beast guy. But he's done nothing.
He's clear in this one.
Yeah, he's done
Not
nothing
yet,
wrong here.
because they haven't investigated yet, and that's the thing is now we're going to start to find because what I love about these investigations is now they're going to go through phones and records,
But
and you're going
who's
to get
investigating?
Third party.
Yeah,
Party.
Who?
Oh, the third party. Somebody, a
But
investigation firm. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it law enforcement? Is it a legal investigation, or
I would
is
say
it?
it's probably a private investigator based on their statement.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, will we ever find anything out?
No.
Probably not. No. Probably not.
No, but what's going to be good, Carmen, is the more stuff they find on Ava, there's going to be essentially the more stuff they're going to find on Mr. Beast, because I don't believe that there's any way that Mr. Beast kept this guy on payroll without knowing what was going on, because they were too close. They were like, best friends this whole time.
Yeah, they've been together making videos since 2012.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, I've been best friends with Pete for a long time. If I find out he's chatting with people online, I don't know. How am I supposed to know that?
And now is Mike supposed to get in trouble for Pete doing
Well,
stuff
Pete and I
online.
we don't have business together, so it'd be a little bit different. He's not on my payroll or anything. But what I'm saying is, I'm not on his payroll. What I'm saying though is that just because of my association with him, how am I supposed to know what he's doing?
Well, it's basically if somebody, because he's a co-host on Mr. Beast's channel and show, so it's basically if somebody on this show was.
Right.
But I didn't know Spanish was going to meet hookers and loots in their apartment.
I mean,
Did you or did you not? Did you or did you not almost meet a hooker in Lutz?
Okay,
that's
you've
all I
made
need to say.
two very different statements. First one was I met a hooker,
No,
and then it was
said you were
almost.
going to meet a hooker.
I didn't know she was a hooker
But you were
when
still
I
going
went.
to meet her.
Yeah, I was going to
Okay,
meet.
so
yeah, you walk in that door,
girl.
you get arrested, then you get in trouble for meeting a hooker.
You were going to meet a hooker. You didn't know it was a hooker at the time, but you were going to meet a hooker.
Stop that. And when I found out that she was a lady of the night,
You had no money.
I immediately left.
You didn't have the money.
I have the money.
Were you attempting to groom this hooker into doing stuff?
I mean, I would.
Yeah,
get
he
lice
was.
out of her
He
hair.
was trying to
I
get
would
her.
pull lice out of her hair. Yeah, if she wanted me to groom her. Yeah,
Mhm.
she was so fine.
She is pretty fine.
She is pretty gorgeous.
So fine.
For a hooker.
Yeah, stop that. But if they have, I agree with you in the Pete thing. You're not going to know what he's doing online and stuff. But if they have records of Ava telling Mr. Beast about X, Y, or Z, and he was privy to it, now it's a whole
and
different
he's
thing.
not doing anything.
Well, he said it was just edgy jokes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't grooming.
No.
With a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a chat. It was a DM from Instagram with Ava and a 14-year-old boy, by the way, and he was saying, "When is your birthday? I can buy you anything."
Yeah.
And being, you know what I mean? Just
They do have money.
Hot.
creepy.
Mr. Beast is worth $700 million.
Yeah.
As much as I
know,
I
dude.
can't imagine.
I know.
From anything being, I don't know. I was trying to think of why, there's a lot of homeless kids in the area, and why this one with this Carter kid bothered me so much. And then we were giving out the GoFundMe and all that stuff. And I'm sure it's not hard to figure out. It's because I have a 17-year-old son, and it's probably so. Think of that now, times that by 100. When I hear a story about somebody grooming a 13-year-old and I have an 11-year-old daughter, that's going to make me kill everybody.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I won't have any tolerance for that.
Not only do I agree, but I have to put it out of my head because I'm going through so much news throughout the day, and a lot of it is, people say it's conspiracy theory stuff, but I go to a lot of .gov sites.
Yeah.
And
Well, look, listen. One of the things I want to point out is this Trump assassination attempt. You can call it conspiracy all you want. There's just so many unanswered questions that the FBI is getting grilled, the Secret Service is getting grilled. Of all times to step in and say something's going on here, this is the time.
Yeah.
But then when you're that person that says that, you become a conspiracy guy. When you're the guy that goes on the radio and says, "I don't think Trump was hit with a bullet. I think he was hit with shrapnel."
Yeah.
Then you become conspiracy guy and an idiot and all these other things. That's fine. I don't care. I also am open to saying I could be wrong, but this is my opinion.
And I mean, it seems like it's probably right. We were talking about BlackRock 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden everybody's talking about BlackRock.
Everybody knows
It's
BlackRock
not really
now.
a conspiracy theory anymore. But on some of these websites that I go through on the .gov stuff, it has the number of children that go missing a year.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it.
And that's what upsets me, and that's why I have to kind of stay off that, because I mean it's tens of thousands of kids that just disappear without a trace, and no one's willing to investigate. They have the money, but no manpower to investigate.
But also, where are they going? And that's the problem. That's the thing. Are they being taken out of the country? Are they getting their blood?
I don't know. But you remember they found that tunnel under the synagogue in New York, and there were all kinds of beds and living stuff.
And they were blocking it off from the cameras. And
So, like I said,
It's weird. I was at Walmart a couple weeks ago with my father-in-law, and he was going to the bathroom. I was standing outside, and I'm looking. They had the missing children board up there. Like, when was the last time you looked at that or even read what was going on up there?
It's been a long time.
I'm standing there waiting for my father-in-law, and I'm looking up there, and the dates missing since 2020, missing since 2021, missing since these for years.
Yeah.
There's a dozen kids on this board missing for 5, 10, 6 years, and nobody knows where they're at.
That's why I chip my kids like a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I put AirPods.
Yep, I chipped them both right in the back of their neck.
We went to Philadelphia. We put an AirPod on my nephew Juan because he gets lost. He's stuck in his pocket.
You have a nephew named Juan?
Yeah.
That's the greatest name ever.
Yeah.
For a little kid to be named Juan, that's adorable.
It was after my wife's grandfather. He
That's
was named
adorable,
Juan.
though.
Yeah,
Just a little Juan.
he's awesome. And we put the air tag in his pocket. And then he left the air tag, so now we pull it up on the phone. He's still in Philadelphia.
Well, and they say don't do that because AirPods or that whatever
Radiation.
Yeah.
No, they say don't put it in the pocket because it's easy to remove. You want to put it in their shoe because if they do
make them swallow it.
Yep.
Well, because if they do get kidnapped or something, that's the first place someone is going to look. Or even if it's on like a bracelet, they can see it. So that's easy just to remove and throw away. So you're supposed to put it inside their shoe. They even make shoes now with the little indent to put those.
I super glued it to the center of my kid's back while they were sleeping. Yeah, they don't even notice it.
Not how that works.
Every once in a while they get an itch and they're like, "What is that?" And I go, "Nothing. Just don't worry about it. You're fine." Dude, yeah. I'm telling you right now, if they came out with some sort of tattoo that was also a,
I'm sure they will.
That'll be fine.
Yeah,
they're gonna come up with a chip that you like implant in your wrist.
I would
That's
totally
the mark of the beast.
I'd get the chip. That'd be awesome.
I'd give the chip too. Well, no, I wouldn't. I would give the chip to my kids, but I wouldn't get the chip. I wouldn't even get Life 360 on my phone.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Yeah, I've
my
got that on
wife
mine.
has it with my. Yeah, but then they can tell where you are.
No, I turn it off all the time.
Do you really? Yeah, but if you turn it off, it looks like you're trying to hide something.
No,
What
I
are
said
you doing?
It's killing my battery.
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing that you don't want your family to know where you're at?
You want to know the truth?
Sneaky.
No, I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I don't want, when I'm late and I want to be like, I'm on 41 and I'm not really even on the bridge yet. I don't want them to know that I'm not even on the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's rude.
Like Pete always says, if I go to pick up Pete and he'll go, "Where are you?" Let me guess, on the bridge. And I go, "Yep, I'm on the bridge." Because that's only, I'm not trying to hide like my location. I just want to hide that I'm late.
How late? Yeah.
My brother told me the other day that my location, and he's had my location for like a year, and then I shut it off. I didn't do it on purpose. Must have reset my phone or something. And I go, "So you've been keeping track of me and where I've been?" And he's like, "No, but if I need to." So now all these times I show up late to his house, and I was like, I was, he's like, "No, I'm watching."
He knows exactly where.
Like Ralphie's such a big fat liar. When Ralphie did a show for us at Ruth Eckerd Hall, he was supposed to get there early and set up merch and all that stuff. Meanwhile, he's supposed to be on stage at 10 to 8. He's still not there. And then he gets there. He goes, I had so much traffic. And I'm like, "No, you didn't. I saw you leave the cameras. The camera said you left like 15 minutes ago." Liar.
My wife and all her brothers and sisters and in-laws, they all share their location all the time.
Yeah, that's how it was with my brother. But I don't know why. I don't want to know anybody else.
I'm like, "Oh, what's Marty doing tonight?" He's like, "Oh, he's at his house right now, so I'll give him a call." Like, you know where everybody's at all times.
Yeah. What's Juan doing? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, right.
Wait, no.
I picture that little
kid.
kid just having a giant mustache.
Oh no, he's like 7.
Is he like is he Hispanic in some half of the family?
Yeah.
The best would be if he was just a little white kid named Juan.
Yeah, well, my wife's grandfather was named Juan, and he's Cuban.
That's a great name. I wanted to name Joey. Obviously Darth was my first choice, and Darth got rejected. But then I went through like every old Jew name. I want to name him Max, Saul. I'm like, let me just give him one of those gruff old men names. Yes, and Amanda shot them all down, all down. I almost said thank God my uncle died. I'm saying that's not what I meant, but I meant the convenience. Time-wise of my uncle passing away was able to push that one through my wife. She was like, "All right, we loved your Uncle Joe. We'll go with that." So, all right. We still got some things to do before we get out of here, but we got to take a break. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025 if you want to get through. We will take your phone calls before we get out of here. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Sean, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. What's up, Sean?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, Mike. So, I truly believe that last night's speech by President Biden was AI generated. But
why? What makes you believe that?
It was just his mouth. Like you could tell that the visual was just off. And it was like,
you don't think that's just because he's old and feeble and he just can't communicate that well?
No. But hear me out for like 20 seconds, right?
Yeah, no rush.
All right. So this basically took my point of where I think he might be in true bad health, hospice care, or even at the moment maybe unalive. But what does this mean, right? So Harris becomes president. She becomes the 47th president. And then the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, correct me if I'm wrong, but will become VP, Republican. So now we have a VP, a Republican VP.
Well, hold on. I got to ask questions. One, I don't know if that happens. I don't know. I think if Kamala Harris and Biden were to die, that Johnson would be the next guy in line. I don't necessarily know that he becomes vice president if Kamala Harris is forced to take over that job.
The session of command, I believe I'm correct, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but you're right in the succession of command where if they were all to die, or if Biden was to bow out and Kamala Harris was to die, then it would go out to Johnson. But I don't think that I think she'd be able to probably pick a vice president.
Yeah, it says unless the vice president also died, then she would be able to pick a vice president.
Right.
Heard. Okay, well, and man, it's just a lot of.
Hit me with your theory anyway. I'll take it. You think that they're see. My question is, if everybody wants Biden out, including the Democrats, if he was sick and he was dying, why wouldn't they just say he's sick and dying? It would be the easiest way for them to go out. Hey, turns out you guys are right. He was dying.
Well, at the end of the day, in my eyes, they're trying to promote Harris. Without even giving the American people any other option.
But they won't have any other option anyway. If Biden died and he was hurt, then it would automatically go. He couldn't carry the office. It would go to Harris anyway.
I would just like to also point out, we are only looking at this at the lens through American citizens. Let's not forget that we're still part of the world stage. So it would not be in our best interest for anybody to be known that Biden is sick or dying.
But why, though? We're looking at transferring the power from one to another anyway.
Because right now,
it's still now, though.
Right now, we are at war, or not at war, but we are on the brink of war with Russia, China, the rest of the world has got BRICS organization. OPEC is down our throats trying to destroy the U.S. dollar.
Let me ask you the question. You think it's better for us to have a president that the entire country, well, not the entire country, but most of the country has lost respect for because he's old and we feel like he can't handle the job? You think it's better for us to keep that guy in than it is to say, something happened to that guy. He's been incapacitated. Therefore, the vice president is now in charge.
Yes, 100%.
Why?
Because what does it matter what we think?
Because now we've got, the visual of it is that we've got a guy who can't handle the job. So if you're asking me when I'm going to strike it, I'm going to strike hard when it's when you're the weakest.
No, I don't think so, because you have to remember the other countries all know how our politics run better than we do, because as American people, we're not kept in privy to things, which they probably are. So we see on TV that Biden goes and meets with these world leaders. He's not striking deals when he goes there to meet. Those are photo ops, right? So the people that are cutting the deals, they need to use him as leverage. They need to use the big guy and his family name as leverage to get what we want for this country. Okay. So you don't want to have everybody know when you go over there, oh, yeah, you want to strike this deal, but we know your guy's about to die and you're about to get this woman in. You're about to have turmoil.
So, Sean, but you believe he is incapacitated?
I think he's in bad health. Yeah. And yesterday's speech by the Prime Minister of Israel, I think he gave a great State of the Union. I mean, it goes to show that our government is up against the ropes right now, and we need a great leader. And I'm not saying it's Trump,
right? But I get what you're saying.
At the end of the day,
I appreciate the call, Sean. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, see ya.
Love you, Sean.
My question is, speaking of Netanyahu and Israel, so I have a little bit of an interest in this because my wife is Jewish.
Right.
I also consider Michael Rappaport to be one of my very best friends.
Yeah.
But I am always the guy to go, okay, wait a second. Let me talk. So my niece has a friend who came here one time from California with him, and she was wearing a Free Palestine shirt, and she's from Palestine.
Okay.
The people that you would think that would be saying Free Palestine are the Palestinians. Mm-hmm. So I was talking to my wife, and I said, okay, but you have to understand, she's Palestinian. In her eyes, and she's like, what in her eyes is right? And I go, I don't know. They're saying that the Israelis shut the water off and they do all this stuff. And my wife is like, the Palestine is being run by Hamas, which is a terror organization. They are equally as bad to the Palestinian people as they are to the Jews. They are not treating them well, and blah, 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 and carrying on. And I went, all right. And she goes, and the Hamas people hate Jews, and they believe the Jews have no place here on earth. I go, you're just being a little bit dramatic. Oh, man. Then I watched all these YouTube interviews of people talking. I watched a guy the other day that went into Palestine and was talking to them, and they're like, no, the Jews need to be destroyed. The Jews should never be here. And the Jews, and I was like,
it's wild.
The whole country's crazy. The whole country's crazy. Like, I'm always the one to look and go, okay, but wait a second. What about the other side? Give them and then you heard the other side, and I was like, it's insane. They want death to all Jews.
Yeah.
And then the guy actually had the nerve to say, he said, there's an organization in America called Queers for Palestine. How do you feel about that? And the guy goes, we don't have that here. And he goes, you don't have Queers for Palestine here? He's like, we don't have gay people here. In all of Palestine, he's like, yeah, we don't do that here. Yeah. And I thought, okay, now you're just dealing
and the history of how Hamas got put into power through manipulation and all this stuff. Who do you think they learned that from?
Not us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, Mike, I was wondering if you watched any of the RNC.
Yeah, I watched a lot of it.
Okay, did you watch the end with the music that they played at the end?
I don't recall. I just, maybe you can remind me. I don't remember.
It was the name of the song was Newsome Dorma by Pavarotti sang it. It's an Italian it's from an Italian opera. But the thing about that is that song was also played in The Sum of All Fears. And have you ever seen that movie?
A long time ago.
Well, towards the end of the movie, it's like when a guy's running for president, they try to assassinate him, and it fails, and he ends up becoming president. And after he becomes president, he gets revenge on all the people that were up against him.
Okay, that seems likely.
And so
that seems likely.
Likely that could happen. I just wondered if everyone else noticed that during the convention.
I did not. That's asleep. A pretty good thing to pick up on. I did not. I did read, though. Thank you for the call, sir. I did read that Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock were going on tour together. Have you heard about this?
Are you serious?
I don't know if this is real or not. It says Kid Rock and Hulk Hogan collaborate on the Freedom Forever tour. It might just be a Kid Rock, Hulk Hogan, Trump thing.
They should get the Hawk Tour girl. Oh, I saw Hulk Hogan and the Hawk Tour girl.
Took a picture at the fight. Who is on the hotline, Carmen?
That would be your super agent, Tony Burton.
Oh, can you pull that up for me? I can't grab the hotline. Gotcha. Tony, how are you?
Michael, how are you?
My condolences on the loss of the great Don Buchwald.
Thank you very much. I know we've talked about it privately, and I appreciate the sentiment as well. It's still ongoing, still unfolding. It's been a tough week.
Yeah, I bet, man. What's happening?
So, Spanish, I love you, but not everything is a conspiracy. And no matter who the president is in power, whether it's Democrat or Republican, any deal that is made with any other country, any other foreign power, they have diplomats, they have the cabinet that are all making the deals on behalf of the country. So you can have, they said Ronald Reagan may have had dementia at the end of his term. Biden clearly has something going at the end of his term. It doesn't matter who's in office if you have the cabinet around you doing what they're doing. We're not weaker as a country just because some guy, screwed up at a debate. So everybody just needs to relax that it's going to be okay, whoever's in office, but we have plenty of other people that are working around the president that get the country's business done.
Yeah, I think that's what Spanish was saying, is that stuff is being done by other people, but the optics of it is that our guy is down, our guy is weak, and that's not a good time for us.
But all the deals that are made and all the backroom negotiations, I mean, first of all those people are picked by the president, so they're working on behalf of the president. They're serving at his pleasure.
Are they, or did they pick the president?
Oh, bless. We're going to go.
May I?
We're going to go down a rabbit hole.
Look,
listen. I'm just telling you, there's too many rabbit holes right now. It's easy to go, oh, you're being ridiculous. But then when you start seeing a lot of the ridiculous things are actually true, that's when you have to go, well, now I can't believe anything. What were you going to say?
Tony, did you follow the FTX stuff? when that all blew up?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you remember when it all came out where the reason why the Bidens got involved is because Hunter was going to China's diplomats and saying things like, "Oh, I can use my family name and the big guy to get you things that you want"?
I remember reading that. I am so skeptical about any source of anything at this point, but I do remember hearing that.
Right. So after that, if the big guy or Biden or is used as leverage in other countries to get things done, you lose that leverage if optically he looks like he's a senile, dying old man. That was the point I was making.
I mean, that's pretty obvious. That's pretty true.
Like on the surface, it's a bad look.
Yeah.